Hi everybody, my name is Michael. This is my YouTube page, Mox News. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you're finding something of value here. I truly do. The original Mox News page with 6,600 plus videos, and the alternate Mox News #1 page with 10,200 videos. Probably 10,000 hours of work, something like that. But that's not the part, you know. I mean, it's this living history of what people thought at a moment when something was happening.
Hi everybody. My name's Mike. This is my YouTube page, Mox News. Welcome to your Wake and Bake News at 7 p.m. I am heating up the bong now. If anyone would care to join me, it's that time, boys and girls. So, it's time for your Wake and Bake News, and there's only one way that we start the Wake and Bake News every night. That is with a nice baking session. I have a batch of butter cooking on the back porch, so we'll be baking some cookies a little later. But for now, we're going to bake a nice fat dab of beautiful wax, rosin, grown by me. You gotta love it. Okay, so here's how the rules work for tonight's contest, tonight's game. Tonight, there is a $1 billion Mega Millions drawing. I have a ticket right here. I'll show you the numbers in a little bit. I have a ticket right here. The drawing is at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, so get your bongs warmed up. The drawing is at 8 p.m. Pacific time. So I'll show you the numbers around 10 till or so. But the way it's gonna work is anybody who leaves a comment, if our ticket wins, I'll show you the numbers again in a minute. If our ticket wins, we'll show the drawing live. If our ticket wins, these numbers right here, if these numbers come up, that means everybody made a comment in the live chat will get $10,000. Now, I don't know if there's, hold on just one sec. I'm feeling much better now. Okay, so as I was saying, tonight there is a $1 billion Mega Millions drawing. We have a ticket right here, and if these numbers on this ticket come up, everyone who leaves a comment in the live chat will get $10,000. Okay, so the way that we know who you are, the way that we're able to get back in touch with you, the way we're able to see that you should be getting $10,000 from us if our ticket wins is because you left a message in the live chat. So that's how it works. Now, I don't know what the rules are about me giving money to people that are under 18 and all that, blah, blah, blah. So we will have to consult a lawyer when it comes to that, but don't worry. We'll get it taken care of. Now, the other thing that I wanted to say is, Andrea Mitchell wanted to know, if it's $1 billion drawing, why aren't you giving everybody $1 million, right? And the problem is that I explained this last night. If I have 1,000 people, right? If I have 1,000 people put a comment in the comment section, which is possible, in the next hour, or the next 2 hours, or the next 3 hours, depending on how long we're live here. If I have 1,000 people, then that's $10 million, okay? That's a chunk of change. Now, if I was giving everybody $1 million and I had 1,000 people comment, that would be $1 billion, okay? And since it's $1 billion prize, right, I can't really give away, and there's taxes. It says like after the taxes, the cash payout is $750 million, and then they take taxes out of that, right? So, and my guess is we probably have to split it between 2 or 3 people. So, went up with, $180 million, $200 million, something like that. Whatever. I don't mind giving away a bunch of money. And I'm going to give away tons more than what we give away tonight if I was to receive, if this lottery ticket right here wins, I'll give away fuck tons of money. I don't need all that money. And I have people that will will put it instantly to work. It'll draw, it'll make $20 million a year. So it's no big deal. I'm giving away lots of money. I don't care. And plus, I don't care. I just don't care about money. I want to win. We got Tinkerbell on our side. I know all of you guys are pulling for me like, go Moxie, go Moxie. Come on, you got to put that vibe out there in the universe. Mox wins the lotto. Mox wins the Mega Millions. Mox wins the Mega Millions. Come on, people. We can make this happen. Okay? Or not. I like I said, it's not that big a deal to me. I have my beautiful baby who's not joining us for some reason, but I have my beautiful baby. We went on a beautiful walk today. You can't believe what a beautiful day it is in Seattle. There is not a cloud in the sky. The song, "The Bluest Skies Are in Seattle." You know that song? The blue in the sky today was just like vibrant, like neon. I was just like, holy shit, am I seeing that right? Are these pills kicking in crazy or what? We need another bong hit, by the way. Mentioning that, so we know, whatever. Are you live yet? Hello? What is happening here? Do I need to play a video clip? I don't have a video clip. You know what's really weird? Is I watch all the news leading up to the show, right? And there's no like, oh, tonight there's $1 billion giveaway. Everybody needs to get their $1 billion chance to get $1 billion. You would think they'd be talking about that, right? They're not a word. It's like, it seems very strange to me. Because, it doesn't happen every day that they're giving away $1 billion to a random set of numbers. But honestly, I personally find it extremely difficult to believe. So you guys know, I find it extremely difficult to believe that they give $1 billion away randomly. They might give $20 million away. They might give $50 million away randomly. But I find it very, very, very difficult to believe that they give away $1 billion randomly. So that's just me. So, but, that doesn't mean we can't win. That doesn't mean all bets are off. It just means, fuck yeah, Pete. If I win, we are going to party so fucking hard, dude. You can count on it. And that's the other thing, is that I'm going to throw the biggest motherfucking party, and all you are invited. So you know. If I win, I'll throw the biggest motherfucking party. We're going to get the best band we can get. And it's going to rock the motherfucking house. You're going to see some pretty buds like you never seen before in your life. I'll tell you that. Speaking of which, I cannot wait to get the... We can do it! Goddamn right we can do it! Oh, and by the way, this is a call-in show. So if anybody wants to call, anybody wants to talk about the daily events, if you want to talk about the lotto, if you want to talk about, a movie. We were talking about movies last night, right? And one of the callers was saying, was dissing on people that watch movies for, like, entertainment. One of the callers was saying, I don't know, I can watch cartoons and all this, comedy crap when the world is going down in hell in a handbasket. There's my beautiful baby. Hi, my boo bear. How's my boo? How's my boogie, 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 boogie bear? Huh? How's my boogie, 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 boogie bear? We're going to win $1 billion, buddy. You better stick around happy. All right. So what was I saying? All right. Somebody on one of the phone callers last night was saying about, I don't know how people watch cartoons and how much, the world is going to hell and you're watching this stuff for entertainment, And the thing is, I feel the same way about people watching dramatic stuff. I feel like there's already so much drama in the world. You guys have heard me say again and again, life is a never-ending tragedy. And when I turn on the television to relax, I don't want some negative thing. I don't want somebody pointing a gun at somebody and threatening to blow their fucking head off 99% of the time. I don't want to see people crying at the hospital about how sad life is. Oh my God, I can't do this anymore. I don't want to see that. I do the news, I do politics all day long. I know what's going on in the world. And it's, and that's plenty of drama for me. I don't need, I don't watch things about criminals or fucking, spies that fucking shoot people in the face. I don't want to see it. I watch stuff that's gonna put a smile on my face. It's gonna make me feel good, not stuff that's gonna make me feel bad. And part of the reason why is the way that I understand this is that your brain has a lot of difficulty telling the difference between a movie and reality. So if you are completely engrossed in a movie, and you guys who play video games will understand what I'm talking about. I when I play video games, which I haven't done for some time, I play in a chair that has wheels on it, right? And and when a grenade is thrown and it lands at my feet, I will push back, jumping out of the way of the grenade, myself pushing the rolly chair halfway across the room. When people cry at movies, it's because your brain is thinking, oh, look at this horrible thing that's happening. How can this happen? And the person that was calling last night was saying that the people are wasting their time. How can you be wasting your time on stuff like this? Knowing that Palestine exists in the world. Well, I work on Palestine regularly. And when I'm taking a break, I don't want to cry. I don't want to be down. When you guys see me, I'm upbeat. I have positive things to say. I met a guy today. We went on our walk today. Again, I was telling you what a beautiful day it is in Seattle. How the bluest skies are in Seattle, in case you guys missed that part. And on our walk today, me and the Boo Bears, a guy on a bicycle stopped us. Right? He stopped. He's like, comes up, riding up, and I said, hey, how's it going? And he says, is your name Mike? And I said, yeah, my name is Mike. And he says, I met you on a bus like 2 years ago, and I'm just so happy to meet you, and I feel so lucky to see you again. And he says, do you have a live show on YouTube, right? And I said, yeah. He said, yeah, like 2 years ago I met you, and I was talking to you, and you were telling me that you had a live show, and you were telling me how you've done lots and lots of acid. I said, yeah, I've taken lots of acid. And he's like, do you remember me? Like, my name's Isaac, I was like, right on, it's good to see you, Isaac. And he seemed a little disappointed that I couldn't remember him. But the seizure thing, it kind of fucking with my memory a little bit. He was so nice, and he was like, oh, I feel so lucky to have caught up to see you today, and, is there some way that I can contact you? I don't know what's on his mind, but that's the kind of effect that I have on people. Is that they meet me one time on a bus and they're like, oh my God, I met this guy. And it's because I have a smile on my face and I'm not afraid of whoever you are. I'm not living my life in fear. I'm not waiting for some fucking junkie to sit down next to me on the bus. I don't have that in me. It's in there. It's in everyone. But I don't want that existence. I don't want to think about the negativity constantly. When I go outside, I'm not looking at my phone thinking, news story, oh, missed email, news story. I'm looking at the blue sky and the trees and the eagle, and my beautiful boo bears and the neighbors. So I don't know. I feel very blessed, and I have all of you guys. I have the Boo Bears. I have Craig. I have my friends. I'm very lucky. So money, whatever. I don't know how that's really going to make my life better. But whatever. I'm glad to be. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be able to share stuff with you. But my point was about the movies, right? Some people like dramatic movies. It's like life, right? In life, what you see is there's some people who are going through life laughing and joking and smiling with a spark in their eye. And there's other people who are going through life crying and sobbing and hurting, and everything is a never-ending tragedy, as I've told you again and again. Everything, this lifetime is a never-ending tragedy, but you don't have to focus on it. You can deal with it, and then you can focus on happy things. You can deal with it. You're strong enough to deal with it. It's why you're here. If you weren't strong enough, you wouldn't be here. If you weren't strong enough, this little hill wouldn't be put in front of you. This little hurdle that you have to get over. If you weren't strong enough to get over, it wouldn't be put in front of you. Something much smaller would be put in front of you. It's that's what this existence is all about. It's like, getting stronger, getting bigger. It's this obtaining enlightenment, awareness. It's coming into the moment. And that's what I talk about a lot. Is it these things, where we're crying and sobbing about this and that and how horrible life is. Is that right here in this moment? Are you experiencing that right now? If you look around you and you see what's actually happening in this moment, what you can be experiencing, what you are experiencing, is it incredibly tragic? Right? Or is there actually maybe something good right in front of you to enjoy, put a smile on your face, and not feel so bad about? So the caller yesterday was saying, I can't believe that people watch cartoons and comedy movies. For me, it's just the opposite. I see life as just this never-ending tragedy, and but that's not the focus of my world. The focus of my world is the beautiful blue sky. The focus of my world is my beautiful babies. You Boogie Bear! Hey, Boo Bear! You're my beautiful baby. You're my beautiful baby. You are. My beautiful babies, my friends, I'm making butter. I'm got a garden started, you don't have to focus. Your life doesn't have to center around the never-ending tragedy. It can, and many people choose that. And it is a choice. Just like you choose a dramatic movie to watch, or a show that centers around a hospital and all these people being broken all the time, all these tragic things going on. You choose to watch those things just like people choose to have that in their life. Hello, caller.
Michael, how you doing, you handsome son of a bitch?
Hey, Pete, how are you, my brother?
I'm doing all right. Okay.
Yeah?
I'm doing okay.
Did you hear, there was a request for you to sing a song last week. Did you hear that?
Really?
Yes, there was.
A request?
A request.
I'm sorry, I was not there to serenade you.
It was a request by Chris from Olympia.
Oh, Chris, I'm so sorry.
He wanted you to sing a song. What song did he want him to sing? He wanted to sing, let's see. No, you don't own me. Or don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to say. You know that song? Don't tell me how to be. He said you can look up the lyrics real easy on Google. You know that song? He wants to hear your beautiful voice singing it.
I I hate to step on the bit, but I'm not familiar with the song.
Oh, well, you can look it up. It's easy to find. Don't, No, You Don't Own Me. I believe that's the name of the song. No,
He's referring to the beautiful artwork that I did for you, Michael. I believe. Which is fantastic.
Probably. Craig had that up on the screen a couple nights ago.
Which is a beautiful mantra. You know, we're all about, you know, not being told what to do on this channel. We're all about being free Americans here. I think we all believe that, right?
Smoke 'em if you got 'em, baby.
Oh, goodness.
So what's happening in your world?
Sure.
Yeah, what's happening in your world, Pete?
Bro, I'm rocking in the free world, you know. Still working, still watching the world crumble around me. Apparently,
Is it?
I don't know. It seems like that.
What makes it seem like that?
As I continue to work, but
I mean, your personal work.
Joe Biden just said, Michael, that we had 900,000 people file for unemployment yesterday. What was it? Yeah, the economy is collapsing upon itself. I'm still working. I feel very grateful. I'm very happy about that. My life has not been much different since this pandemic. But yeah, we I don't know. I don't know. What are we gonna do, Michael? What are we gonna do?
Keep moving forward, bro. That's what we always do. Keep on moving on. Look, you know, that's all we can do. Look, we always get through this, no matter what this is. We always get through it, and we get through it okay. And so you don't want to buy into the hype. You don't want to buy into the fear. You don't want to buy into the negativity, because it's just there to make you afraid of each other, basically. You know this, Pete.
Yeah, man. There's too many people not working out there. It's making me nervous.
Well, I'm telling you, by April, I think the COVID is going to be a non-story. You know, Joe Biden did this mandatory 100-day mask thing, right? And I think that the reason that he did that is so that he can go, see, now after the 100 days, he can go, see, now we have this thing under control and it's going away, and we've gotten over that hurdle, and all it took was a little bit of real leadership to get us past this thing, you know, and it's just going to go away, dude, like it never even existed.
Right. like magic, yeah.
Yeah, like it was somehow put in place just to fucking screw with Trump for the last year of his fucking candidacy, you know.
Well, that would be fantastic. I mean, that sounds great. I would love if we just could all forget about this shit.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think it's going to be that easy. I think it's going to keep lingering.
It has to be that way, because otherwise the economy can't do anything, and if the economy can't do anything, then that's the fault of the president. And you know what I'm saying? We got this new president, and he has to make it into like, hey, look, things are turning around. We have hope again. You know.
He can do. You know what? You're absolutely right. He can do no wrong. You know, he is the new Messiah.
Yeah.
You know?
It sure seems that way. That's what I'm hearing from all the news people. But regardless of whether,
the shift in the media is just incredible.
Yeah, it's like there's a new day in America. Oh, yeah. Thank God.
It's like, come on, how long have you guys been living on the planet Earth? It's the same shit.
It's worse than that, okay? Donald Trump made all those news agencies so much money. Nobody even going to be, by the end of the boring Biden presidency, old Sleepy Joe, no one's even going to be tuning into the news, because there's nothing to fucking hear. Oh, Sleepy Joe talked. Who gives a fuck? You know?
He is so painful to watch. He's like my grandfather. It's
It's
painful.
worse than that.
This
It's worse than
guy,
that.
he's going to be so manipulated by his cabinet and whoever is advising him.
You know what I wonder, Pete?
It's,
I wonder if when he looks over his shoulder and he sees like Camilla standing behind him, if he thinks like the vultures are circling. You know what I mean? Like you just see her back there rubbing her hands and plotting when she's president, you know? Like the praying mantis that's about to bite your fucking head off.
yeah, we're going to have, it's like, you know, my grandpa is going to be president for the next fucking 4 years.
I don't think he's going to be president for 4 years, bro.
Oh, boy. It's going to be rough.
And I tell you something else, too. I think you'd be much happier with your grandpa for president than this guy.
Jeez.
Well, how's the weather there, man?
Not sure what to make of it, man.
Are you getting to do any skateboarding?
Skateboarding? No, Michael. It's the East Coast in the winter, so there's snow, there's ice, it's very cold. I don't even want to go outside right now. I'm pretty much huddled inside my abode.
It was pretty cold. It was pretty cold here today too, but there was a beautiful blue sky, and the dogs don't care how cold. It was pretty cold here today too. They're saying it might snow over the weekend, but there was a perfect blue sky, and the dogs don't really give a shit how cold it is. So.
What's the temperature outside today?
I think it's like 30 degrees.
Yeah, so you got about what I'm dealing with right now. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough, bro.
Yeah, it's not. It's a beautiful fucking day, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. Again, I don't get this thing. I'm not living this tragedy. I tell you guys, life is just never any tragedy, but I don't live that. Okay? I had a beautiful day. Yesterday I had a beautiful day. I tell you these things every day about how beautiful life is. Every day, you guys may miss that because you're just into the drama part. But you know, this is what I do every single day. I come out and tell you how beautiful life is every single day, so you know.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's like gray and depressing out here every day. It's a little rough, you know. It's beautiful in the summer, but you know.
You just Pete. Look, I'm telling you, if you just go out and walk around in the gray and the cold, it won't be so rough and it won't be so not beautiful. It will be like, wow, this is really cool. Because I mean, listen, I lived in Tahoe for a couple of winters, and I mean, when there was blizzards going on, I lived like 10 miles away from. I worked in the casinos. I lived like 10 miles away from where I worked, and I would walk home in the middle of blizzards, you know. Because and the buses were running. It wasn't like I couldn't jump on a bus. They'd fucking drive right past me. I just like, you know, because I just can't sit and not do anything. I don't know. I don't like sitting at a bus stop. That's mostly it. When I sit down at the bus stop, I go, yeah, I'm gonna walk up to. I'm gonna walk up to the next one.
I ain't gotta worry about it. I'm always really happy. I don't give a fuck. As long as I still have a fucking job, you know, I'm able to live my life, I don't give a fuck. And on that note, I'll smuck up to the bowl. Michael, shout out. This one's to you, Michael, and Craig. I love you guys. This one's to you.
Good one, Pete.
That was for you guys.
What are you drinking tonight?
Well, anyone who listens to the show knows me. I like my rum And I'm drinking a rum cocktail. I got some rum and some pineapple juice with a little bit of blueberry pomegranate juice. You know, some
Wow.
Amaro, some lemon juice.
Sounds pretty tasty, man.
That's how I roll, bro.
What do you call that?
Yeah, I'm fucking Jimmy Buffetting the fuck out of this shit.
Is that what you call it?
I don't know. I call it the blue ball.
Blue ball,
because I serve it in a highball glass. You know, and it has blueberry pomegranate juice in it. So I call it the blue ball. And it looks blue in the glass. So, yeah.
Cool. That sounds like fun.
Mm. Yo, Mike.
Yeah, it's Pete.
So you were talking about, I heard you were talking about movies, bro. And I wasn't listening, but I really, really wish I was because I'm a movie guy. If you didn't know.
Did you watch the movie I recommended to you last time we talked?
No, I didn't. I didn't get a chance to. I've been fucking so busy lately. It's been crazy.
It's called The Walk of Shame.
Yes, I do remember. I do remember.
You'll like it, I guarantee. It'll make you feel good, bro. Oh, people smoking crack and shit, you know how you like that. So hey, do you have a vacation coming up or something?
What's that?
Do you have a vacation coming up or something? Vacation? Do you get vacation?
Yes. Every day is a vacation, Michael.
Well, do you have a vacation coming up?
Every day is a vacation.
No, go, Pete. Go get the words for the other song. We have requests, okay? The song is called "No, You Don't Own Me." They want to hear it. People are asking.
You don't own me, motherfucker.
How come you're not calling more often?
Because. You want to know why, Michael?
Yes.
Because I was in a relationship that died.
Oh. Sorry to hear that.
You know how that is. Oh, I love that sound. That's a beautiful sound that I hear.
It's a good sound. I got to go get a tank of gas. I'm getting low.
You know what? On that note, let me spark up that on my own end. I like that sound. Yo, Mike, have you been listening to a band by the name of the Viagra Boys? Do you like the Viagra Boys?
Oh, I don't know.
I like the Viagra
I don't know
Boys.
who that is. It's a little bit of... Go ahead.
Look them up. They're a band called the Viagra Boys. They're from Sweden, apparently. The lead singer's from America. But they're a very interesting band. I think you would like them, Michael.
Right on. Well, I will keep my eyes open for sure.
Yo, you should check that shit out. It's cool.
You started garden yet?
Doing, Michael?
You started garden yet?
No. have a friend. I have a friend that that is a cultivator.
Nice. Good to have friends.
Dude, it's so great. I just started talking for the first time in like 2 years. I started talking to him, and it's great. Oh, it's so cheap. The marijuana is so cheap. It's so plentiful. It's so great.
It's good.
It's beautiful.
It's good when marijuana is plentiful and cheap.
Dude, I bought a decarboxylation machine.
Really?
I bought a decarboxylator. You're gonna be so pissed off when I tell you this, but I spent like $100 on a fucking decarboxylator machine to make sure that I perfectly temper my fucking marijuana at
does it do
240 degrees.
It does it perfect, huh?
Yeah, well, it gets it at exactly 240 degrees in this little chamber.
Where'd you get that at?
I just bought it off of Amazon. But is
that what it's called? Is a decarboxylator?
Decarboxylator. Decarboxylation, Michael.
I'll look it up. I want to see what it looks like.
Well, that's what you do when you put your weed in the oven. When you heat it.
Yeah, of course. I just started a batch of butter.
Exactly.
I got 2.5 pounds of butter cooking out in the backyard right now.
No shit.
Yep.
Nice. So you got your own cultivation scheme going on there. How's that going?
I'm just starting something new. When I went to the hospital, it screwed up my garden, so I had to start over, and I wasn't feeling so good. But I'm feeling much better now, and I'm getting something good started. Yeah, getting something good started. So.
It's all good. Oh, bro. Fuck. That's so funny. I just started talking to my friend, like, dude, this kid that like I grew up with. I haven't talked to him in like fucking 5 years.
Right on. Well, is that something you went to school?
No, dude, this guy, right, is like a crazy cultivator.
Awesome.
Like, and I just started talking to him like just recently, and he's like doing some crazy advanced shit. Like he's got the bud that he's making is fucking ridiculous.
Oh yeah?
And oh dude, it's fucking out of this world. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can spare some wisdom. I don't know.
Right on. Well, that's awesome. It's good to have friends, like I said, man. You should. It sounds like you got that guy in your life. Now all you got to do is set up a closet, and he'll give you clones and everything you need.
Nah, fuck that, bro. I got friends that can grow that shit. It's all good.
Yeah.
You
keep talking about the apocalypse coming, man. This is one of those things that you have under your belt that you can do, and it's like everybody's gonna want to be your friend when the apocalypse happens.
We ain't never gonna have to worry about marijuana, dude. That's one thing we ain't never gonna have to worry about.
Or friends.
We may have to worry about food. And
No. Not if you have marijuana. If you have marijuana, you don't ever have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about shelter. You don't have to worry about food. You don't have to worry about friends. You will have all of those things and more as long as you have plenty of marijuana. At the apocalypse.
Yeah, that's pretty much currency. Yeah. Dude, my friend's been like cultivating. He got his cannabis card 6 or 7 years ago.
Nice.
And he's just been all about it. He's just been cultivating ever since.
That's awesome.
So he's got his own little lab in his basement, and he's doing a really good job. He's growing some fucking crazy good weed. So yeah,
lucky.
I'm so lucky. Awesome.
Well, then stop this fucking the world is going to shit thing, man. I don't want to hear that crap out of you no more.
Well, you don't think it is?
I don't. I just got done telling you what a beautiful day it is, Pete. No, I don't think the world is
but
going
Joe
to shit.
Biden's president. Joe Biden's president.
Fuck Joe Biden. You think I'm gonna let Joe fucking motherfucking Biden ruin my world? Joe Biden ain't gonna touch my world for 1 second.
Nah, he's not. But I know. But when we have to read news articles every day,
You don't have to do
every
anything
day,
like
every
that.
day
That is
for the
not
next-
required of you, Pete. No one's requiring you to
Well,
do that.
I know, you're right. You're absolutely right. But it's like, I can't help but, like, look at the headlines every morning, and it's just going to be all this Joe Biden Democratic fucking horse shit. That's going to drive me fucking crazy, Michael.
It's better than
I
it's
can't
better
deal
than
with
the
it.
it's better than the endless COVID-19 bullshit, isn't it?
I don't know, bro.
Yes, you do. You do know, and that's what I'm telling you. It's like it was for the entire last year. Every you say you get up in the morning and you look at the headline. Every fucking headline for the entire last year was COVID-19, COVID-19, COVID-19. Okay, so now you get now at least we get a little bit of a break of it. It's like, okay, it's not all.
It's all over. Everyone's over COVID, bro. No one gives a fuck.
You just got done telling me how it was going to kill us all.
Dude, no one gives a shit. Everyone at this point is like, we'll either get it, and if you're really concerned about getting it, you either got the vaccine or you've totally, quarantined yourself in the corner, and that's it. Like, dude, no one gives a fuck. Fucking done. Right? Don't you think?
No, I think there's a lot of people that are very easily programmed and very suggestible, and they're very afraid. And I think that there's a lot of parents that are terrified, and but I think that it's going to go away, Pete. That's what I think. I think that the programming isn't working as well as they want it to. Yeah, it has to. It's like, I told you this at the beginning of our conversation. It has to, otherwise Joe Biden is a complete failure. And it has to go away fairly quickly, so.
Dude, Biden's going to be an epic fail. I already feel like I kind of miss Trump, honestly.
It's just because you like. It's because.
I really do.
It's like I told Craig.
I said
Here's
what he's talking about mask mandates. I already want to fucking kill him. Fuck this guy.
No. Look, he's not going to be around that long, and then we get to have the very exciting first black, first Asian, first female president. Come on, man. How much more exciting can it possibly be than that?
Yeah, because they're so qualified, right?
Because they're such different. Because they're such different people.
Industrial complex. Kamala Harris is the biggest fan of the prison and industrial complex that there is.
She does love her for-profit prisons.
She loves walking. I know. The only thing that Democrats are good for is their stance on weed. And she doesn't. Like, she wants to lock up everyone that smokes weed. What the fuck is that shit?
I don't know what you think the Democrats are good for, but the Democrats aren't the ones getting weed legalized, if that's what you think. You're wrong about that.
Boo, 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 boo.
Oh, man, the people are the ones. The people are the ones that are getting marijuana legalized by referendums on the ballot. They get signatures signed, and then they get it on the ballot, and then there's nothing the fucking piece of shit police state government can do about it. The people's voices have spoken. It's not the fucking Democrats that are somehow the savior of marijuana. Fuck the Democrats. They're the ones who have fucking worked their asses off to keep it as illegal as the fucking Republicans want it. The politicians are horrible, dude. It's the people that got marijuana legalized. Everywhere that it's legalized, it's the people that did it. Don't forget.
I was sorry, Frank. Sorry. I was talking about Kamala. Kamala Harris Kamala Harris is like the one. Oh shit! Sorry. Kamala Harris is the one Democrat who's like anti-marijuana.
She's not the one Democrat, but she's a cop. She's
like,
a cop. I mean, Nancy Pelosi hasn't fucking. She's not. You know. I mean, it's not like for the last 70 years that she's been in the House of Representatives, Nancy Pelosi has been busting her ass to get weed legalized. You know. So Kamala Harris isn't the only Democrat that's against marijuana. So we're clear.
Oh no, absolutely not. I'm not saying that.
Joe Biden is no fan of it either.
I'm preaching to the choir. I don't know why we're arguing.
We're not. I'm just making sure that I just see. It's because I want to make sure people don't, get confused about stuff, Pete. And it's, the waters get a little cloudy when you're not real clear on stuff. So
you're right. You are right.
I'm just making sure people understand clearly what we're talking about.
That's right, people. There's no difference between the Democratic and Republican Party. They're both funded by the same rich banking, military, industrial complex, corporate, pharmaceutical, fucking rich people fucking us over douchebags. And fuck them. And all of us people need to come together and say, fuck you. You don't control our fucking government, you cocksuckers.
It goes like this. It goes like this, Pete. It goes like
government's not.
It goes like this. No, you don't own me. Don't tell me what to do. And don't tell me what to say. Don't tell me how to think. And don't tell me what to be. Yeah, you should really look that song up, dude.
What song is that?
No, you don't own me.
By what band?
I don't know. Whatever band it says. Just type it into the Google.
Yo, bro. It's fucked up, man. We got Biden. We have Biden now. We're fucked. We're so fucked.
It's the same. It's not any different. It's the fucking same, dude. It's the fucking same.
We gotta question everything that comes out of this fucking cocksucker's mouth. Because you know that he didn't think of any of this organically out of his own fucking delusional old head.
It really doesn't seem like he comes up with any ideas on his own, that's for sure.
Of course not. He's my grandfather. So
you must not have much respect for your grandfather, dude. I don't know how you talk about him that way.
All my grandparents, I have much respect for all my grandparents.
Why would you keep comparing him to Joe Biden?
Because Joe Biden is just that type of person where he's just, he's gone. He's gone. Oh. He's completely gone. That's why he's the president. Fuck. Don't you get it? Don't you get the madness? I know you get it. That's why he's president, because he's gone. He's a puppet, and he may as well be. He's being pulled by multiple corporate strings. He's pulled by Boeing on the right.
He's not a puppet. He is a puppet, but basically what he is a placeholder. That's what he is. He's a fucking placeholder. You know how the Academy Awards have like seat holders or seat warmers or whatever when people leave, so that it doesn't look like there's nobody sitting in the audience. That's what he is. He's a fucking seat holder until they're ready to put Camilla into position, and they're just grooming. They're just doing the finished grooming on her, and as soon as they're done with that, he's out of there, guaranteed.
I don't know about that.
That's guaranteed. I guarantee it.
You know what I do know about that? It's this. Dude, dude, fuck all that shit. There's one thing that I know is for sure. And that's this, Michael. Mary J, bro.
I love you, Mary Jane. Mary Jane. Hey, Craig, did you find the live lotto drawing yet? I heard you. Did you find the live lotto drawing yet? You have it ready to go?
Dude, Whitey Bulger.
Do what now?
Whitey Bulger won the lotto 2 times.
Oh, wow. That's hard to believe.
How is that possible?
It was, you mean like the state lottery or the power? I mean, it's not like he won the Powerball or something.
Massachusetts, I think Massachusetts State Lottery, Whitey Bulger, yeah.
Yeah, that's crooked shit.
The notorious gangster, Whitey Bulger, Irish mob leader, won the lottery twice in Massachusetts.
That's impossible to believe.
It happened. It actually did happen.
I believe you, but it's just impossible to believe that it's like legitimate thing that, you know, could happen. You know what I mean? It's like, who the fuck?
I think that's why he's in jail now.
Oh, really? I thought he was in jail for killing a bunch of people.
I don't know. He's not a good person. So, he's in jail for very bad reasons.
Are you doing something? Are you doing something? You take control of my machine. Are you doing something? Are you making something happen?
I'm trying to. It's not coming up.
Oh. All right. All right, Pete, we got to get ready to do the live lotto drawing here, so I'm going to let everybody know our numbers and stuff. I hope,
all right,
you know,
bro.
don't let some chick fuck up your world, dude. I mean, you know, I understand. I understand what a broken heart feels like, but, you know, there's something good about it too. You know what I mean? There's something very good about the heartbreaking feeling of romance also. So don't. It's like if you weren't able to feel if you weren't able to feel the heartbreak. I mean, you couldn't actually feel the love if you couldn't actually feel heartbreak if you didn't have the love in the first place. So, you know what I mean? So it's really good that you got the opportunity to have that.
That's so sweet, Michael. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, it's just the way I see things. I stay far away from the love. I can't deal with the heartbreak anymore. It's too hard. And I don't want to be miserable with somebody that I care about so much, you know? I hate that.
I agree completely, bro. Take care.
All right, it's good to hear from you. Stay cool. We'll get through it.
I love you, dog.
Talk to you soon.
Peace out. Bang Tulsi. Praise the Lord.
All right. Okay, so we have, it looks like maybe we have the live Mega Millions drawing ready to go. 10 p.m. Central Time. Can't be 10 p.m. Central Time. That doesn't make sense. Hello, caller.
Feel the love of the Borg Collective, Michael. The Borg loves you. You will be assimilated. Love is the enemy of duty, Michael.
I don't think I'll be assimilated, but, you know.
I'm about to do suicide, Michael.
Why is that?
I'm so afraid that Kamala Harris' vagina is going to eat America. I had a bad dream last night. Kamala Harris' vagina is going to eat America somehow. I know she's going to do it.
Well, you know, could be a worse way to go, I suppose. Oh, we got the live lottery going right now. Hold on. Is this the live one? It's not the live one. No, it's not the live one. Never mind.
I think your dog is dead, man. He's sitting there with his arms and legs up in the air, and he's not moving. It's like, oh my God! Rufus, no! No, Rufus, don't go!
The veterinarian says dogs don't sleep on their back. I said dogs that are afraid don't sleep on their backs.
Who says dogs don't sleep on their back?
The veterinarian. Veterinarian says dogs don't sleep on their back. Yeah.
I think that guy ought to go back and get a degree, man. I've seen dogs do transcendental meditation on their backs.
Well, I always figure he's having some kind of flying dream because he stretches his arms way out like Super Dog, like he's flying through the air, you know?
You can tell when he's dreaming. His legs twitch and he's like running through the clouds, you know. And
Yeah.
his legs are twitching and he's like fucking Super Rufus, you know. Who knows what dogs dream about? They dream about fields, I think, and chasing things and
Bunnies and kitties. You like kitties, Boo Bear? Want to get the kitty? Boo Bear. Gonna get the kitty?
I had a weird dream. I dreamed I was snuggling with Bernie Sanders in bed.
Was he wearing
and I
mittens?
peed my pants and I pissed all over the bed, and he got really upset, and he like sent the fucking Capitol Police after me, and I woke up, and it was such a bad, realistic dream that I immediately went to the bathroom, took a leak, and I wonder what my psychiatrist would say about that one. It's like, no, not Bernie Sanders, please, no. So, yeah, man, I'm not going to do suicide because I feel good. I have a pipe right here that I just loaded up. It's Friday night. I'm going to win $10 million from Mox News.
$10,000.
You put the wrong amount of zeros in there, dude. It's $10
Yeah,
million.
I know math. All right, so I want to reveal these numbers right here. I want to make sure everybody knows what the numbers are that we're looking for. Okay, so here's the numbers right here. It says, let's see, it says 17, 13, 15, 45, 55, and 21 is the special number. So there, right there, so everybody knows what the numbers are. 11, 13, 15, 45, 55, and 22. Nope, 21. Wait, 21, yeah, 21. So,
Now,
well, you
where
guys
did
know.
choose those? Was that one of those auto picks? Or
Yeah, it's just a random pick. I didn't see any other things, like didn't have a thing I didn't see where to grab forms to fill out the numbers, so I just picked one. We were just leaving the grocery store and I was like, it's $1 billion, and it's just a way to have fun with the people. Hopefully, I was hoping you guys would enjoy that. It's a fun idea.
Well, after the last election, I don't really trust algorithms anymore. I'm sure every time you do an auto pick, they already pick you a number that they know won't win.
Yeah.
They don't want people to win. It's
Well,
kind of like the elections,
I would think that also, except for like 2 or 3 months ago, somebody won a very big, like $600 million off a quick pick, which is the auto pick. Yeah.
They said it was a quick pick?
Yeah.
Yeah, some people, I don't do that anymore. I used to, but it's like after 57 times,
Yeah. And you get nothing.
Yeah. It's like, maybe it's not in my favor. So, you got to be in a special mood with a couple extra bucks in your pocket to even do that, or be an idiot. I see people that are completely addicted to it. Like, they'll stand in front and they'll, you want to buy a pack of cigarettes or a Pepsi, and they're sitting there scratching this and scratching that, and they're taking 10 minutes to do their thing, and it's like, what the fuck, man? They're shaking like a drug addict, It's like, and it's an old lady who's addicted to gambling at the 7-Eleven, So I don't do it anymore. I don't want to become an addict.
Yeah, I don't do it. They call it the stupid people tax or whatever, so I don't like being stupid. I don't gamble. I kind of became in my young adulthood, I worked in casinos, and I gambled a lot. And basically, I would pay the casino to let me work there. They'd give me money, but I was a tipped employee, and I would make a lot of money in cash, and I would just give it to the tables every night, and that just was not a good thing.
Yeah, the house always wins. What is that? It's not blackjack. That's the best odds in the player's favor. What is it?
Baccarat.
What?
Baccarat. What James Bond plays, Baccarat.
No, I don't think that's the best one.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
another one.
Craig plays craps. If you know what you're doing in craps, there's a lot of really good odds there to.
Yeah, he told me about that, but I still think there's one more that is. I think just straight poker has the best odds, right?
I don't think so. Man, when I first started working in the casino, I was like 21 years old, and I sat down at this poker table, and like everybody at the table, I was 21. Everybody else was 65 plus, right? And they just immediately started talking shit about me. Who's this little punk ass bitch think he is? We are gonna wipe the floor with you, boy. And it was brutal, dude. I had never experienced anything like that.
Yeah, Vegas is a tough town. I really don't like the vibes in Vegas. I've been there several times, and it's kind of an artificial reality, and people are just too cool. I did see, what is that? Cirque du Soleil in Vegas. That was an awesome show, by the way. A lot of babes hanging on wires and flying all around, up and down, and so
yeah. Cirque du Soleil seems very amazing.
Yeah, every show's a little bit different. I saw Zumanity when there was a lot of homosexuality in Zumanity, and naked guys kissing each other, and that was a little creepy. And that was a long time ago. But they had a lot of flying chicks and.
Here we go.
And,
guys ready?
Oh, you got Bernie Sanders there, man. You got everybody's using that Bernie Sanders meme now. I don't know what it means. It's like the guy's sitting in a chair. He looks like me. He's got something around his neck. Here we go. 1 billion. 1 billion. Oh, look at that guy. That guy is a robot, Mike. He's a Borg. He's one of the Borg.
All right. We didn't get any numbers, motherfucker. I had good intentions. I would have done so many good things with that money.
Look at that guy. That is an unnatural person. The Mega Millions announcer, I think he's one of the Anunnaki, Mike. You can never win against the Anunnaki.
Well, it's just like the thing in the John Carpenter movie They Live, with where the aliens are living amongst us, but they look just like humans.
Yeah, well, that's a well-practiced mask. I'm still trying to figure out the Bernie Sanders meme. What does it mean, Mike? It's like, I'm sitting here watching America.
It means Bernie Sanders is still very popular. That's what it means.
Oh, fuck. What a sellout, man. I don't like any of them anymore. I think I'm going to quit politics and just study the esoteric subtext of cartoons from now on.
There's a lot of politics in cartoons. The thing about cartoons is that they're able to say things and do things that a lot of wouldn't be acceptable by like normal, like a sitcom or a drama kind of a television show. They just, it would be considered way over the top. So
that sounds like me, dude.
Yeah. Well, you got to understand, cartoons are extremely political, but it's involved. It's a great storytelling, and you don't have the people. There's something about people that are just sometimes actors just don't work. But cartoon, anything that makes you fucking laugh too. I think things that make you laugh. See, the reason that I choose things like that, and I used to tell the news people all the time, they would ask me, why are you doing what you do on television? And I would say, because it makes people smile and it makes people laugh. And when you laugh and you smile, you begin the healing process. So that's what we were doing, among other things. And I think so. It's good to laugh and it's good to smile when you're doing your especially when you're taking your time to not think about things for a minute. It's like that's why I don't understand people watching hospital drama shows or cop shows, because they're not funny and the people don't laugh and they don't smile and it's always overly dramatic. And again, your mind doesn't relate that to your mind somehow sees those things as real. That's why you cry. That's why you laugh. That's why you feel frightened. That's why you get that's why on the the action movies you get your heart racing. It's not because something's actually happening there in the room with you. It's because your brain is perceiving this thing as actually happening and you're going, wow, this is unbelievable. Because it's all happening on a green screen. It's totally unbelievable. You got that right. But the brain, So
yeah, well,
so I choose things that make me smile and laugh and feel good. It's a conscious choice.
yeah, I can dig that, man. I live a life where I amuse a lot of people, and for the specific purpose of so that they don't take life so seriously. If you remember this great movie, we were talking about movies last night. It was called, let's see, it's with Cher and Jack Nicholson. It was about the devil. It was called The Witches of Eastwick.
Ooh, that's a good movie. I do like that movie.
And you remember when they were all falling off that balcony, they reminded each other to laugh. And then they floated, and they didn't smash their heads and bags of blood bodies on the floor. They floated because they were laughing. And that's kind of a metaphor for keep it light and life won't kill you, So I can dig that. I can dig people, that's why we watch comedy, And some cartoons are better than others. I just don't happen to watch cartoons.
And comedy also, they do a lot of political, especially stand-up comics. They can be very political and have and get away with saying a lot of things that other people can't really say because then they become seditious or anti-government.
A lot of true things.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's the best comics are the ones that make you go, It's like, oh wow, he's telling the truth, but it's a joke. It's so, and if you take a movie like The Wizard of Oz, right? It's all a fantastical movie. You got basically 4.5, 5, 6, 7 cartoon characters.
Well, it's an amazing. I would view it as an amazing work of art. First and foremost. It was. And when I say amazing, it was truly breathtaking and amazing to people who saw it originally when it first came out. It was like, whoa, mind blowing.
And each character represented some kind of an archetype, really. It's like
right.
Dorothy's the innocent girl, and Toto's a faithful companion, and then the nasty old lady on the bike ends up being the witch, and the lion is the big, brave guy, but he's got no courage, and Tin Man has no heart because he's so... A nice isosceles triangle, if you multiply it by the circumference of a dingleberry, becomes, and so he gets a heart because he's only living in his head. And then Scarecrow, I'm the, Dorothy, it's like, oh, they're burning me, Dorothy. And so you get all these characters, which are basically weird, mutated archetypes. And you can look around all your neighborhood at the people you know, and you're going to see some of those guys. One guy is a scarecrow, another guy is he's going to bite you, but he's really a coward, and the other guy is like, I'm on my head, and I don't even need a heart. So archetypal portrayals in cinema is what it's all about. That one happened to be palatable for the entire adults and children. Everybody likes that one because it's easily assimilatable. But they never go deep and think, oh, this is an archetypal movie. So I just happen to like
archetypal stuff. You know, Thor, Apollo, Hercules. You know,
That's what Star Wars is all about.
Yeah, Star Wars is you know, what's his name? The guy that did Star Wars. He went and interviewed Joseph Campbell for days and days, and you know, talked about the hero's journey, and then he designed his whole movies all around the hero's journey.
Joseph Campbell did a lot of work around mythology and religion and you know, stuff like that.
And archetypes. Yeah, Joseph Campbell is very much in the same group as Carl Jung, and Carl Jung related archetypes, you know, where you got social archetypes, like now Kamala Harris is like the dragon lady, right? And everyone's going to hate her. She's the smiley, two-faced little chick from, I don't know, L.A. or San Francisco, wherever the fuck she's from. And basically Bernie Sanders is the cowardly lion. It's up there, we're going to get our one person, one vote, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like he backs down at the last moment, lets everybody down. Joe Biden is the fucking guy with no brains. He's a scarecrow. And Donald Trump is kind of like the blustery lion, you know, that dropped the biggest bomb in the history of the world, but he doesn't do nothing. You know, Jerusalem is the capital of Israel, blah, blah, blah. I mean, wherever you go, there's archetypes. And when you meet a person who inhabits an archetype, then you remember that person. It's like, oh, dude, that dude was bad, or that chick was awesome, or that kid is brilliant. And then you get the Heyoka. So Heyoka is a sacred clown. That's me. I'm a Heyoka. So I can, through the archetypes, like shuffling through a deck of tarot cards. It's like I can be the Joker, I can be the badass, I can be the hero, I can be the idiot. And that's why I like movies that are meaningful and kind of deep. That's why I like Game of Thrones, because Game of Thrones is multi-layered. You always have people that are in conflict with their own hearts, you know, and they're kind of fighting their own natures, and the hero ends up being the anti-hero, and the anti-hero ends up becoming heroic, and you know, people go through these big changes, and you think they're going to have some awesome cosmic resolution, and then they revert back to their original nature, and they're just a fucking traitor. So I like complex stories that aren't so easy to figure out, and that's why cinema itself has advanced and evolved through the years. They try to make it more unpredictable for us. You know, you don't know what's going to happen until the last.
They're not trying to do that. That's ridiculous. They have a fucking formula that they make pretty much 98% of the movies out of now, and it has so many explosions and so many this, so many that. You know, if it's a romantic movie or a chick flick or whatever, it has this and this and this element, and they know that that's going to attract this audience, and that as long as they attract that audience, they're destined to make this amount of money, which is going to pay. You know what I mean? That's how it works. There isn't any fucking art. There isn't any, like, you know, there isn't anything.
No, but the people that are into cinema want to see the unpredictable, and the people that are trying to make awesome flicks want to keep the audience.
Right. There's no. I'm just saying that. Yeah, I understand. That's. I mean, the unpredictable is, you know, the horror movie where the person jumps out where you least expect it. You know.
Yeah, I don't even watch horror. It's like, you know, I got enough monsters in my head. I don't need to fill my head up.
Right. See, that's what I keep talking about with the dramatic stuff. You know, I don't need. I don't understand people watching the dramatic stuff because it just seems like.
I almost avoid the romantic movies as much as I do the horror movies. It's like they're pretty much the same thing. It's like, no, I don't want to fall in love, and you get dragged by iron chains into the pit, the ever-burning pit of love, and love rears its ugly head. It's, no, I don't want to kiss you, and then, you know, you're born, and your brain works fine until the first 20 years, and then all of a sudden you fall in love and your brain stops working when you fall in love. And I've done that so many times. I'm ashamed of myself. I'm going to do suicide, Mike, because I'm this eternal lover. But
well, you know, that's just. I mean, again, that's what I was talking about with Pete. Is you know you get this opportunity. The pain is not necessarily a bad thing because it comes from the wonderful opportunity that you just had to share with this experience with somebody, and now you're upset because you're not going to get to do it anymore. But it was nice that you got the chance to do it in the first place.
Well, the person, first of all, they say fall in love, right? But how come everything that falls gets broken? Okay, so don't fall in love. Be in love, and don't expect anything. You take care of yourself first. You love yourself first, and you give to others without having, first of all, an idiot mentality, and without having an expectation of getting something in return. That's what love is. Love is just paying it forward. It's like, okay, I'll do this nice thing for you. But when you're incomplete as a human being, you're going to make awful choices in love. And I'm speaking from experience. Trust me, I've made more mistakes than anybody else. But I feel like I'm pretty whole and complete now, and I don't need to be in love. I just simply love for love's sake, without trying not to be an idiot, But nonetheless, the people that can continue to love, as long as they're not morons, they probably have the strongest hearts, What did Rumi say? Keep breaking your heart until it opens. That's what Rumi said, And
that's what I'm saying. It's not a bad thing to have a broken heart. Could be worse. You just gotta be able to understand that. Again, if you didn't actually have something wonderful just a minute ago, your heart wouldn't be broken. So you have to focus on that. You got the chance to experience something wonderful.
Well, I think all of our hearts were broken at childhood, and we spend the rest of our lives trying to fix them. That's my theory. I mean, and I think that's a legitimate fucking theory. It's like the parenting hasn't even come into its own yet. I think we won't have good parents for...
I don't think it's just parents, though, when you talk about the broken heart that children experience, because they look around to all the fucking, authority figures and are like, they look to see, is this person going to be there and be different and be caring and actually, care about what I'm thinking or saying? Because I had a friend who was like 6 years old, and she 6, 7, 8 years old, she would just like bark like a dog or caw like a crow all the time, and her mom was like, why the teachers were very upset because she's not stupid, and she says, why is she doing this? And I said, because she doesn't respect any of you. Because when she does talk, you don't hear the words that come out of her mouth. So what's the point of her saying any words? That's why she's doing that.
The mom said that to the teachers.
That's what I said to the mom.
Oh, wow, that's brilliant, Michael. That's brilliant. And what did the mom say to you?
She said, I never looked at it that way, And she was a hippie mom. She just was busy, And so... But I didn't have that problem communicating with her, but she would caw and I would caw back, or and then we would talk, or she would be like, she would grab my hair and yank it really hard, and I would grab her hair and yank it really hard. It was like a mutual respect thing,
Yeah, and there's I do study psychology, and I do study sociology as almost a obsession, but I completely disapprove of psychiatry, which is dumb fuck people with diplomas ordering prescriptions for kids or diagnosing them with ADHD or autism or this or that. You've got opposition defiance disorder, blah blah blah. It's like so anti-human. It's like that is basically Colonel Klink in the fucking Gestapo putting the clamp down on the beautiful little children's hearts and minds, and you're making them feel like fucking prisoners, and there's something wrong with them from an early age. And it's like, that girl that you were just talking about, her behavior was perfectly normal to me, you know, and probably to you too. But she was being told that she's abnormal, and that's not a good. That's not how.
Yeah,
you
why would
kids.
you want to talk with anybody who's saying shit like that about you? You know, fuck you. What do you mean abnormal?
Yeah, no shit. I can dig that. I suppose I'm that way. I don't think there's really a classification as ADHD, but I mean, not legitimately. It's a construct that people make up to try to explain things they don't understand. You know, scientists want to put things in groups and quantify them and categorize them, and it's like, no, we don't fit into your little fucking boxes, Mr. White Coat, who wants to inject me with fucking COVID motor oil. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, but if we can just get you to take this pill, then you'll fit into the box. So just take the pill, okay?
I'm disinclined to acquiesce to your request, Michael. Like, no. By the way, that was the Shirelles. You Don't Own Me, produced by Phil Spector. You don't own me.
He just died. Phil Spector just died.
Don't tell me what to do.
Did you see that?
Don't tell me what to say. You're such a fucking mess. Why don't you just go away? You don't own me.
Yeah, that's what we should all feel about the government, because the government feels the opposite.
I still have that nightmare. It's like fucking Kamala Harris dragon vagina is going to eat America, Michael. I'm so afraid. It's like, it's so beyond that the American political situation is an actual cartoon. And there's living proof on your screen. There's Bernie Sanders sitting in a lawn chair with a fucking coat and a mask on it. I don't even know what that means. That's like an unknowable meme. I can't figure it out. What does it mean? It's like, I'm watching America burn, or what does it mean? I'm sitting on the sidelines now, or boom, I'm Yoda. I'm Bernie Yoda.
I just see it as an advertisement for the gloves. That's all.
Yeah.
The mittens that he's wearing apparently are very. The person who made the mittens for him now has 6,000 back orders trying to get mittens made for everybody. Can't take.
Are you making that up?
No, she can't take orders anymore. She has 6,000 back orders to make mittens now.
I've seen that phenomenon about 30 times already, where the people on the internet analyze people's clothes and they match it to the maker, and then they realize that the Secretary of Education is wearing a $16,000 dress, and it's like, and then they start mocking them and stuff. I think that's actually pretty cool that people got the ingenuity to figure out what people are wearing and how much it costs and why that doesn't fit their job description,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm like you. I only got, a couple drawers full of clothes, and most of them have holes, and I'm not too concerned with what I actually wear or what people think about me. So, here we are, my friend. 2021. I don't even know what to say, dude. It's like, but I still won't watch cartoons, and romance movies scare the hell out of me. And when Jon killed Daenerys, I was so heartbroken when Jon Snow killed Daenerys. It's like, oh, you fucked my world. I believed in love again, and then you fucked my heart. And he killed Daenerys, and Drogon flew off to the fucking Far East.
Again, it's not the love story part of it so much. And if you want to see good love stories, you want to watch foreign movies, you want to watch Chinese, because American people are so jaded. But if you want to be entertained by a story, if it's all dramatic and people are crying and everybody's upset, how entertaining is that? So, but if you watch a love story that's like a comedy and it's fucking hilarious, like There's Something About Mary, that movie?
I haven't seen it for so long, I can't even tell you who Mary was. Who was Mary?
Cameron Diaz.
Oh, she lives in my town. I saw her a couple years ago. She walked into the fucking hardware store, and I was looking at something on a shelf, and I did a double take, and then she smiled at me, and she walked by, and then she went up to the counter, and I looked at her, and she was smiling. It's like, oh. So, yeah, she lives in my town, and she's okay. She looks okay, you know.
Got a super
I think she
sweet.
likes boys.
Yeah, she's got a super sweet ass. I'm an ass man. What can I tell you?
So, something about Mary, that was the one where she puts cum on her hair?
Yeah.
And who, that was Ben Stiller did that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty unique movie.
Yeah, I thought. I mean, again, but it's fun. What I'm saying is, if you can watch a romantic comedy like that, as opposed to something where people are crying and, it's just so dramatic. I mean, you can watch something foolish and enjoy it and still have like a romantic kind of edge to it.
Yeah, I mean, I would. If you ever watch Kingdom of Heaven, you're going to get bored to fucking death. You're going to go, what the fuck? This movie just drags on. And it's not very exciting. And there's a hero, but he doesn't say much. And, I can't relate to these people. Or maybe you'll just dig it as much as I do. I doubt it. But I mean, that's, to me, I just like the archetypal things. Even when I write songs. Like I just wrote a song called Prometheus, and the lyrics are fucking dark, awesome.
Do you think I fit into this archetypal thing that you're talking about?
What about the archetypal thing?
Do you think that where do I fit in on this?
Oh, you're the Gandalf. You're the what was the brown wizard's name in the Lord of the Rings? The one that ate the mushrooms and stuff.
Oh yeah, somebody else said that about me. But I mean, like the tarot card, like the Hanging Man or the Fool or something like that.
No, you're not a fool. I'm the fool, but the fool knows everything. You're the goofy wizard archetype, dude, and I don't mean goofy in a bad way. I mean it in a good way. Like you want to be in touch with nature. Like that was the brown wizard, Rumpelstiltskin. I can't remember his name.
I don't know those movies.
But yeah, that's what I see you as. You're not quite stern enough. You're too angry for Gandalf. Peregrine took on a fool. It's like, I mean, I've seen you do it. But Gandalf don't get as angry as you get, and you're a little bit more psychedelic than Gandalf can ever get. You don't see Gandalf stoned. Okay, so you're the other brown wizard, And if you want to know, there was 5 wizards that came from the West, and 2 of them were blue wizards, and they never even go into what... Gandalf the Gray, Saruman the White, Radagast the Brown. That's you, Michael, Radagast the Brown. And then you had two wizards that were blue wizards, but they were somewhere in the East, and you never learned their name, and you don't know if they flew on magic carpets or what the fuck they did. So maybe they talked to the sunflower people. I don't know. But you're Radagast the Brown. That's your archetype. But archetypes are... Like Trump became an archetype of both the hero from the right and the evil Hitler-like dictator from the left, and now everybody is breathing a sigh of relief. It's like, oh, Hitler's gone back to Mar-a-Lago, and now Joe Biden, and we can have some sanity. And me, in my subconscious, Kamala Harris's vagina's just about to eat America. China's coming in, and I mean, I hate to take it so seriously. You got to laugh at. But the collective unconscious is a real thing. And people belonging to groups is a real thing. And individuation, not belonging to groups, but having control of your own psyche, that's a really real thing, more real than anything. So this is what you advise a lot. No Democrats, no Republicans. They're all the same. We'll get through this. March or die. Don't take it too seriously. Here, have a laugh. Smoke some weed. I mean, that's the Radagast the Brown archetype, dude. I hope you get where I'm coming from.
No, you're not the first one to say that. I completely get where you're coming from. I just don't. I'm confused about, because I don't see that as an archetype. An archetype is like something that's a normal, like you can generalize a whole group of people this way. I see that as a very unique individual. You know what I mean? There's very different things as an archetype and a very unique individual.
Well, there's lots and lots of archetypes. Every card, I think.
Right, but it's like you said, there's only 5 wizards walking around, right? So it's not like... You get what I'm saying, right? You're saying that you're like this, but that's very unique being, and there was only one of him, and it was, you know what I mean? I'm looking for something like, I don't know, I don't know, but yeah.
Well, you got to decide what kind of archetype you are, Michael.
I don't. That's not true. I don't have to decide that.
Okay, well, I won't force the decision down your throat, dude. But I'm just saying, the pantheon of archetypes is giant, dude. We're talking 100 different archetypes.
Okay.
So, there's not like 5 archetypes. There's 100 or more, and some of them are culturally interrelatable. Like Kali, was from India, the goddess of destruction. She's interrelatable to some fucking death goddess from South America, and that was Joseph Campbell's message, is that all of the mythologies basically are similar, and they represent nature, the universe, human qualities, and, like even just one archetype, let's say the moon goddess, you could have 5 different types of moon goddesses, so you got 5 different archetypes, So that's just the way nature is. It's vast, and human minds try to make it smaller so they can comprehend it. It's like, the earth is 6,000 years old, and Jesus came 2,000 years ago, and he's going to come again, and he's going to save us, and we're all going to go to heaven. He's going to throw Satan down into hell one final time at the end of time, and we'll all be saved, and we'll live forever with pancakes and raspberry sauce. It's like, no, man, Jesus ain't coming. He was here. He's an archetype, and it's really hard to be that archetype. It's really hard. That's a difficult fucking archetype. So, that's a self-sacrificing archetype. I'd like to see people do that. It's difficult. So, I don't know if I've been making any sense, because I took a big fucking hit about 10 minutes ago. That's why I was talking. I'm coughing. But, the world is full of archetypes. And my thing, the reason I write a lot of archetypal songs is because I'm trying to transfer the information of my subconscious, the collective subconscious. I'm trying to paint a picture describing the society I live in. I'm kind of a traditionalist. I could live very comfortably back in ancient Athens. You got running water, might have some hot baths, and that's about it. No electricity and
orgies every night.
Yeah, young boys. So I don't know. But, the archetypes, they stay the same while societies change. Like, our unconscious, our psyches have not caught up to the Industrial Revolution. We're still trying to come to grips with the Industrial Revolution, and we're actually in the 21st century. The technology has surpassed our ability to comprehend it. And that is the problem. We're monkeys, talking monkeys, with nuclear bombs. That's what we are. That's why Joe Biden and Donald Trump can fool us. Our psyches haven't developed to catch up with the technology of the internet. That's why when you spend your whole life on the internet, you're literally 3 times removed from reality. You can go outside, sit on your lawn under a tree, and talk to a bird or listen to a bird, and you'll learn more from that bird about human life than you will from most of the internet. That's my theory. That's my 2 cents. I'm sticking to it because I like nature, and I've been in touch with nature my whole life. That's my one saving grace, and that's part of the reason why I garden. The other part is I like to have weed, but part of it is I like my hands in the soil. You get microbes from the soil. You get this pride that, oh man, I turned 14 tons of soil.
You know what it is? You know what it is for me is I don't like the weed that's at the dispensary. I don't like the weed that's at the store. I don't think it's as good as that. It's like there's something missing from commercial weed, and it feels like there's no heart to it or whatever. I don't know if that's necessarily true everywhere, but it just seems like when I buy weed at the store, there's just something missing from it. So. I don't get that feeling when I buy it from the neighbor,
Yeah, I mean, I think I've been into one dispensary in my whole life, and I didn't see much, but I've smoked some of that weed, and it's not rinsed. You got to run the water through the soil to get all the chemicals out of the weed. You got to literally create a flood of water to flush all the chemicals out of the plant, and most growers, they won't do that, and so you're smoking chemicals. Number two, they're grown in lights. They're not absorbing the natural etheric energy from the sun and the universe and the air and the insects that organic weed is getting. So you're gonna get a kind of a better, more natural high off organic weed that's flushed than you will from indoor weed that is super strong and not flushed. It's like, God, I could taste the chemicals first as soon as I take a hit. It's like, oh fuck.
I think there's something to like the plant kind of imprints on you too. As you feed it and nurture it and talk to it or whatever, prune it, train it, it imprints on who you are. And and I talk to the plants a lot. So it's like you're saying, you talk to a crow.
Yeah, that's good, dude. It's kind of a shame that we love the plants we grow so much, and then we kill them and smoke them. But
it was a little bit hard for me at first, but I think that they want us to do that. It's why they make such pretty flowers for us. It's not just to look at. They know that.
Yeah, and if only we had the same consciousness about the entire ecosystem, all of nature. It's like we would realize we're not the lords of nature. We're not like on top of the natural world and we can terraform the planet and let's put a microchip here.
No, we are on top of the natural world, we can terraform the planet. We could be making those things happen, and we should recognize our place on the top of this food chain. Okay, we should recognize it, because what's happening is no one's being taught that, and it's like, oh well, it's not my fault. How can I save the world? Well, you're the top of the fucking food chain. You can do anything you want on this planet. No one's being taught that.
There's another way to look at it, and that is we're part of the ecosystem. From dust to dust, ashes to ashes. We come out of the earth.
Yeah, but there's a top to that ecosystem and a bottom to that ecosystem. The top takes what it wants and makes happen what it wants, and the bottom of it performs these very, very basic fucking tasks. So. They don't make art. They don't build fucking structures. You know what I mean? It's the top of the food chain is different, and it's obvious, and there's a responsibility that goes along with it. Okay, we're not just the top of the food chain like a shark or a tiger. We're the big-brained, upright walking top of the food chain that can make anything on this planet happen that we can imagine. And for whatever reason, we're not being trained that, and we know, and we're completely misled away from that, and we have all these fucking stupid goals like going to Mars, which is never going to happen. As long as things are this way, where there's no real priorities. Like, how the fuck can going to Mars be a priority of ours? When we have starving people on the planet. Give me a break.
Yeah, I dig it, but I think we would have more empathy and connection to nature if we realized we were part of nature. We're just one more animal. The second hermetic principle
being top of the food chain. Being top of the food chain is not being separate. Is not being separate from the food chain, is it?
Connected to all of nature. That's what I'm espousing.
Which is, that's what I just said. I just said being top of the food chain is not being separate from the food chain. It's being part of the food chain. You're part of nature, but you're just at the point where you can make happen things that other parts of nature cannot. And because of that, you have a responsibility to be making those things happen. And instead of our species evolving to be all that it can be, it's being held down by bullshit fucking so-called leaders. And it's what I'm saying is not that we're separate from nature. It's that we could be making nature so much bigger than what's happening now. Because right now, all we're doing is raping nature because we act like we're not part of it.
Yeah, this is the result of what they call materialism, reductive sciences that came along in the 18th century, and started to figure out the laws of science and nature and scientific theory, and now you got guys that want to inject unnatural satanic compounds, mRNA vaccines into the population. That's not natural. That's not in alignment with nature, and you're certainly not being a steward of the earth if you're doing that. So the reductive sciences, the materialists, are at odds with the actual natural systems of the universe. And we are stewards of the earth, but we're abdicating our responsibility to act in the natural world by imposing unnatural things upon it, like pesticides. We should have got rid of most pesticides decades ago, or radiation. We should have got rid of most.
We should recognize that absolutely. And that's part of what I'm saying is that, that's what I'm saying. And in fact, that's exactly what I'm saying is that instead of just acting like we don't have the ability or we don't have the responsibility, we have to act as if, the planet is something that we're supposed to be taking care of. And that we do have that ability because we are the top of the food chain. We can be making anything happen. And that should be one of our top priorities, and it's just nowhere on the map at all.
Well, we can't fix this collective insanity unless we go one by one, individual by individual, and fix our own psyches. And that's probably the main underlying topic of a lot of what I say. Is like, man, we got to get our shit together, stop acting so insane, stop thinking so insane, and stop buying into the fucking divide and conquer and all the different psyops and the Q people and the Biden people and people that believe this is just the way it is. It's the way it is. It's not the way it should be. So I'm just calling for consciousness, and I do it in a humorous way, I hope, and I make a big fool out of myself. But I'm my own fucking cartoon. I'm a cartoon character. I went.
Well, I'll tell you something right now. I tell people that all the time. I tell them that they ask what kind of dog Rufus is, and I say he's a cartoon dog. Okay, so when I say that, I'm not playing, and I don't really care what people think. So I'm serious. I tell people that all the time. I'm a cartoon character, and you can never be just like me.
Yeah, he's a cool dog, dude. Well, I'll let you go, my brother.
Okay. I gotta play a video and take a quick break anyways.
Yeah, okay. Okay, take care, bro.
I'll talk to you soon. All right, I'm going to play a quick video for you guys about a congressman that was caught trying to carry a concealed weapon into the House of Representatives today, or I think it was today, and they're making a big deal about it in the media, again, because everybody's terrorist. You're a terrorist. He's congressmen are now terrorists, National Guard are terrorists, police are terrorists, everybody's terrorists. This is the problem.
And new tonight, Capitol Police in D.C. say they are investigating an incident where a lawmaker was blocked from entering the House chamber while carrying a gun.
This getting some attention certainly today. Maryland Representative Andy Harris, who is a Republican and gun rights supporter, set off a metal detector inside the building last night. Those metal detectors were installed after rioters stormed the Capitol January 6th. And while members of Congress can carry firearms on Capitol grounds, they cannot bring them into the Senate or House chamber. In a statement to News Nation, Representative Harris's office said because his and his family's lives have been threatened by someone who has been released awaiting trial for security reasons, the congressman never confirms whether he nor anyone else he's with are carrying a firearm for self-defense. As a matter of public record, he has a Maryland handgun permit, and the congressman always complies with the House metal detectors in Wanding. The congressman has never carried a firearm on the House floor. Harris was pulled aside by a Capitol Police officer and eventually returned and entered the House floor without setting off the detector.
Oh, my Boo Bear left. There's Bernie, though. Let's go to some drone footage. We gotta get some new drone footage. I need some new drone footage real bad. Okay, so let me see. Let's see. Okay, so this is a call-in show. If anybody wants to call, the number's right there on the screen. 805-669-6397. 805-669-6397. I have many more videos for you to play. For you to watch in case we want to watch more videos. I have more bong hits to take, which does sound pretty good. Unfortunately, I don't have $10,000 for each of you, which would have been so cool, right? We'd all be like, woo! We got $10,000. I'd be like, I got $1 billion. You know, it would have been such a fun party, right? Oh, well, there's always next week. Unfortunately, next week's lottery is going to be $20 million, not $10 billion, not $1 billion. So I like money. That is such a good quote. That is such a funny movie, dude. I really like that movie. So, I don't know, you guys want me to play another video for you? Is that what you're thinking? Because I can play another quick video here. I have a video about, let's see, about the National Guard. 150 National Guard have now been tested positive, 150 National Guard that were sent to Washington, D.C. So I got your super spreader event right here. 150 National Guard, the new strain, the new super strain, the new super spreading strain, which we're now finding is also not just less deadly, but also can be just as deadly. So I got your super spreader event right here. Check it out and give me a call, okay? Because we need to talk. 805-669-6397. 805 Mox News.
We're going to learn more this evening after those images causing outrage after 25,000 National Guard troops came to the Capitol to protect the inauguration. Many were then ordered out of the Capitol. And look at these images. Hundreds of National Guard members seen getting rest, many on the floor of a nearby parking garage. Lawmakers on both sides furious tonight, and I gather many of you at home as well. So who made this decision and why? Here's our congressional correspondent, Rachel Scott, tonight.
Tonight, outrage in Washington after images like these. Members of the National Guard unexpectedly forced out of the Capitol they've been defending for weeks in order to rest in parking garages.
It breaks your heart. I mean, these are people who are here serving the country, protecting us, protecting our freedom and our democracy, and there's absolutely no excuse for that.
Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle were furious. Some offered up their offices. Hours later, that order was reversed and troops were allowed back inside.
Did you have a warm place to stay last night? Yes, sir.
It's still unclear who gave the direction. The National Guard and Capitol Police issuing a joint statement saying they are working together to ensure troops have appropriate spaces for on-duty breaks and that off-duty troops are being housed in hotel rooms. Today, the First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, making a surprise visit to the Capitol, passing out cookies and thanking troops.
I just wanted to come today to say thank you to all of you for keeping me and my family safe.
And David, still unclear tonight who made that call to move the troops out of the United States Capitol and into that parking garage. We know the National Guard, the D.C. Capitol Police, as well as lawmakers are looking into this tonight. Members of Congress also raising some concerns about COVID-19 protocols. You saw those troops packed tightly together. We are learning that more than 150 have tested positive for COVID-19, and the military presence not going away. We are also learning that 7,000 members of the National Guard could be here in the nation's capital until March, David.
Rachel Scott at the Capitol tonight. Rachel, thank you. And as you heard Rachel report there, the virus spreading among the troops, and there's growing concern tonight about the toll on American children, too. Nearly 2.5 million children now testing positive in this country, and in Arizona alone tonight, some hospitals are now reporting pediatric admissions, now 5 times the number they were seeing in the fall. Here's ABC's Marcus Moore on that tonight.
Tonight, with Arizona hospitals still overwhelmed with COVID patients, the state now seeing the virus in a staggering number of children and teens.
We are now the leading state in the country for COVID positivity in children.
With nearly 1 in 7 COVID cases now under the age of 20, Arizona's largest hospital system reporting a dramatic spike in the number of children admitted.
They need IV fluids, they need extra support with oxygen, and about a third, just as adults who are hospitalized with COVID, they need ICU care.
As of mid-January, nearly 2.5 million children in the U.S. have tested positive for COVID since the start of the pandemic. Last week alone, seeing the highest weekly increase in new cases. For 13-year-old Maggie Flannery, her COVID symptoms got increasingly worse. For 2 months, her mother says she could not get out of bed.
I had a lot of aching in my body. My chest felt very heavy and I had trouble breathing.
The one-time ballerina in New York has had to drop extracurricular activities due to the virus's long-term effects. And while severe cases of COVID remain uncommon among children, doctors say they're seeing more instances of the rare multisystem inflammatory syndrome in children linked to the virus. In Texas, 11-year-old Kayson Abbott has a long road to recovery after battling that rare COVID-linked syndrome.
With Miss C, it has really affected him in such a different way as far as just zapping him of his energy level.
And there are a couple of clinical trials underway. Moderna has one going for people 12 to 17 years old. Those have started. And Pfizer announced today that its vaccine trials for children 12 to 15 are fully enrolled, and they are underway tonight. David.
A lot of parents following this very closely. Marcus, thank you.
Okay, so, and I want to point out that every time I hear a member of Congress talk about how outraged they are about something, it instantly reminds me of the movie Casablanca. You know, when the police find out that there's gambling going on. I'm shocked, I tell you, to find out that gambling is going on at this establishment. Here's your winnings, sir. Oh, thank you very much. Because the members of Congress that are so outraged are, I guarantee you, the people that said, get these fucking super spreaders out of my hallways. I don't want to walk through all these people that are sick and going to get us sick. What are you thinking? Guarantee you, as members of Congress that wanted them out of there. All right, let's see. So again, I have more videos to play for you guys. I have video about I don't know if they said in that piece about the National Guard, they were talking about what did I hear? Thousands of them now are being told that they're going to be staying in Washington, D.C. That's what I heard. I don't know if they talked about that in that particular piece or not. I have another piece about the National Guard here also. But I find that fascinating that, again, you know, we have this new president that was like, you know, he needed all, you know, tens of thousands of military units being told that they should behave as if they're being dropped into a war zone on the streets of Washington, D.C. in order to inaugurate a new president. Peaceful transfer of power. And now they're being told, after this is done, after nothing happened, they're being told thousands of National Guard troops who are there, you know, it's supposed to be there for the weekend, 2 weeks a year, you know, a weekend every other month or something like that to keep up on your training, you know. So, and now they're being told, oh, you're going to stay here for extended period. I think I want to know how many thousands of troops are being told that. I didn't hear that in the piece that I saw earlier, and I want to know how much, how long. You know what I mean? How long is it we're going to have this lockdown, you know, military martial law kind of feel thing going on? Because it seems to me like I thought we were past that now, or are we keeping everything in place for something bigger that's in the works, right? That's what I worry about when I hear when I hear about the National Guard, and you know, I worry about those people and their families. Again, they're not there. They're weekend, what they call weekend warriors. You know, a weekend every other month and 2 weeks a year. You know, they're there to in case of emergency, to protect their neighbors and such. You know, if there's a massive earthquake or a giant flood or something, and there's all these kind of logistics things that have to happen, and you know, all this important things, you know, and just basic security for neighborhoods and such. A lot of times the National Guard will be called out, right? They're there for the people. That's not, again, as I pointed out before, you know, these people, these National Guard troops in Washington, D.C., they're not there for us. They're not there for the people. They're there to protect the politicians from the people, aren't they? And isn't that a sad thing? Again, I just think that's the weirdest kind of testament of where we are in the world right now. That these people that, again, you know, they're supposed to be protecting our freedom. That's what we've always been told. That's what they're told. That's why they sign up. You know, because in case they need to help the people, in case they need to protect us, not to protect fucking politicians. That's not why these people sign up. That's not what our military is about. And these fucking politicians who want to call the people fucking domestic terrorist and insurrectionist and every other fucking shit label they can come up with that they think might stick to them. You know, Trump supporter. Again, the protesters, when you see the protesters in the streets, the protesters are one thing. The protesters are Americans. And generally speaking, when they're not setting fires, which didn't happen in the Capitol building, when they're not tearing down things, when they're not blowing things up, they're not terrorists. You know? And I would think that would be an easy thing to understand. So don't let them poison your brain. Again, this word terrorist should be saved for very specific types of people. You know, nasty motherfuckers that, again, don't deserve their rights, don't deserve their day in court, don't deserve a lawyer. Hello, caller.
Hey, Les, how's it going?
Okay, how about you?
I'm great. Just listening to your show.
Right on. Thanks for tuning in, bro.
So where's my 10K?
Well, it's dust in the wind, you know. I mean, I tried, Manny. I can't spend $100 on lottery tickets. I got one. I spent $2, and I hope for the best for all of us. And I would have been signing those checks, Manny. You can count on me, man.
Yeah, I was expecting about 10K, dude. I have to pay a lot of bills.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, it's a lot. You know, Donald Trump wants to give people $1,200. Biden wants to give people $1,400. You know, that's not going to help people. I mean, it's going to help people for like 1 minute, and then they're going to be like, I need more help. But you give people $10,000, and they can go, okay, what is it I want to do next? Because they have a lot of options all of a sudden. You know, besides just paying their bills.
You know that I actually am against that though, and you know why? Because of the long run, it's very bad for people though.
The what?
You know what it's called?
What is bad for people? What is bad for people?
Hyperinflation is bad for people.
I can't hear you. You have to speak up.
Hyperinflation.
Inflation.
Is bad for people.
Yeah, inflation.
Hyperinflation.
Inflation in general is bad for people.
Well, I mean, I went to school and I have a finance degree. So inflation is good as long as it is within a certain range. So usually, and this is something that we hear a lot with the Federal Reserve meetings that they have, yes.
Yeah, we can't trust those fuckers.
Somewhere around 2%.
You can't trust those fuckers.
Well, I mean, they're the big wigs. They're supposed to go, and I say supposed to, with big quotation marks. All right, hold on. Let me call you back, though, because I have information with my phone.
Okay. Thanks for calling.
Bye.
And if anyone else would like to call, the number's right there on the screen. It's 805-669-6397. I will be happy to take your call. Otherwise, I'm going to play another video for you. What do I have video of here? I have a video of, I played the video of the congressman getting the gun. Let's see. I have a video of, I have another video about COVID-19 sex trafficking. We discussed this a little bit last night, and I think it would make a very interesting topic. Hello, caller.
Sorry, I have to call you back to your phone because my other phone was running out of battery. So basically what I was telling you, though, like these guys at the Federal Reserve, these bigwigs, they're supposed to know, and I say that in quotation marks because economics is not a science. It's not like a hard science like biology or chemistry or something like that. It's more like a social science. So even though they have their masters and their PhDs and they have been working in several government agencies, that they know a lot of this stuff, and some of them come from Wall Street. I mean, a lot of these people, sometimes they had it wrong, though. So there's this inverse relationship between inflation and interest rate that they're charging for everything. Have you seen there was this documentary at the mid-2000s about the Federal Reserve and the 9/11 and God. Have you seen that documentary?
I'm not.
Or something like that.
I'm not. I don't know.
I think it's called The Scientist. It's like a mid-2000s documentary. One of the very first viral documentaries that you'll see on the internet. Anyways, that explains very well how the money works and how the money is created and stuff.
What's the name of it again?
The Scientist or something like that. It's in three parts. One, it tells you about how money, all about money, how the Federal Reserve works. The other one about war, I think the 9/11 conspiracy theory. And the other one is all about God. But anyways, the point that I'm trying to make is that these big wigs, they're supposed to know how money works. And
every month they come into this meeting and they see a lot of what they call the CPI reports, Consumer Product Index, like how much things are more expensive and all these complicated statistics and stuff like that. And then make the decision whether or not to raise interest rates. So these interest rates eventually trickle down to anything that you borrow, from home equity to mortgages to credit card interest, etc. So those are the big weights. Right now it's like 0.25%. So for every dollar that you own, for every $100 that you borrow from the Federal Reserve, you have to pay 25 cents annual interest. So they're literally printing money at this point.
Right.
Anyways, they're supposed to know how things work, but they don't know. And the problem is when and this is right before Trump came into power, since 2008 until like 2015, 16, we were in a stagnated economy. So basically, people didn't see anything going up and down. So everything was on a stable plateau type of economy. So the only thing that kept rising was stock market, because that's where the rich people keep piling their money out.
It's not the only thing that kept rising. I mean, gold kept going up. Real estate seemed to go up. I mean, a lot of these commodities, that are top of the commodity list, they seem to continue to increase in value as the dollar becomes less and less valuable.
Well, it's not less valuable though, because if you see the index, what we call the Dixie, which is the dollar index, which is basically the dollar compared to a basket of currencies across the world, it goes up and down, and sometimes the dollar is too strong, and sometimes the dollar is too weak. Right now, it's like it's not even that weak compared to what happened in 2008. Though. 2008, like the Dixie was around 76 or something like that. Right now, it's around the 90s. But anyways, the point is, I feel that there's going to be a major hyperinflation coming. Because if you keep printing money...
I know, Manny. Manny, I know. You said this before, and I told you again and again that this is the same stuff that I've heard from since September 11th happened. Is that there's going to be this economic fucking collapse, and we're all fucked. Okay, and you can worry about this every day, or you can see and hear what it is I'm telling you, that this is exactly what I've heard every day since fucking September 11th, 2001. Okay, and I just think it's there's too much at stake for that to happen.
Well, I mean, what I've seen things right now, and I'm telling you from a guy who has an actual degree in finance. We are keeping making the hole deeper and deeper and deeper. So, have you heard about the term control demolition, or what they like the forest people make forest fires on purpose to control the fires? That's what we're doing with the economy right now, because after the 2008. One of the things with the government is they bought these crappy toxic assets or toxic mortgage, and the Federal Reserve kept it on the books. So all the liability was transferred to the government. And that calmed things down, though. And it really worked back then, though. And then what happened with the COVID situation is that because there was a shock in the supply chain, and also because nobody's buying anything right now, and everyone's freaking out. Literally, the economy.
That's not true. Fucking Amazon is fucking going crazy, and all kinds of people are buying all kinds of shit every single day. Okay, so this is, I don't know where you're getting your information, but people are buying stuff just like they were last fucking year.
Max, go to their websites. But they tell you like a live feed of the cargo ships that are parked around the world, whether or not they're loaded or unloaded. Right now, if you look at the map of the Port of Long Beach in California, there are little ships floating in the water, waiting their turn to load or unload stuff on the Port of Long Beach. And there's a gigantic, and there's not a lot of people trying to move merchandise because they're afraid of COVID or stuff like that. What I'm trying to say is there is a shock in the system going on right now, and nobody wants to admit it. And what's going to happen is either there's two things. One of them says there's going to be hyperinflation because we keep printing money and money and money, and there's no labor behind. There's no transaction. So in order to back the money, there has to be something on the other side. Sometimes it's material, sometimes it's service. At the moment, we keep printing money, and there's nothing on the other side. There's no physical assets that we still in change or a service. We just keep printing money to cover whatever necessities we have. That is going to come due in the next few months or the next few years. Now, that's one theory that I've been hearing. And the other theory is that because we keep using Amazon, we keep using the Walmart, we keep using the Microsoft products, we keep using the Apple, etc. What's happening is creating a liquidity crisis, meaning that not a lot of people are actually having money. So what's going to happen is all these rich people are keeping the money and they're not spending it. So creating a liquidity crisis, and therefore, because there's not a lot of cash, eventually we're going to have something called hyperdeflation. Meaning that, for example, if you buy a Coca-Cola, it costs you $2. Maybe in a few weeks or a few months, it's going to cost you $1.50 and then $1, which is technically speaking a surface level rate for consumers. But because eventually these companies are going to get less and less money, they're going to start closing factories, they're going to start making less products, they're going to lay off people, and then it's going to go into a debt spiral economically, which is going to cause a depression. So this is why we have interest rates of like almost zero. So they're printing money in order to keep the economy afloat. Not even to make things more expensive or create a hyperinflation, it's just to keep the economy afloat. So that's the two theories that might happen. Either there's going to be a hyperinflation, though, because all the rich people are not spending money, and there's not a lot of cash on hand, so it's going to create a hyperinflation. And that's the other thing. When there's hyperinflation, debt becomes more expensive, though, because you don't have enough money to pay your debt.
Look, man, I understand what you're saying. Okay, and again, this is something that I've heard for many years, a generation now, and I don't think it's I can't invest a whole lot of stock in something that I keep being basically threatened with for the last 20 years of my life. I can't do it.
Well, look at this way, Max. I studied what happened in 2008. I actually saw what the whole thing was happening, but back then I have no idea what the hell was going on. It's one of those things that you see that's happening, but you have no idea what's going on. Until 10 years later, when you went to school and started learning all this stuff that happened.
Right. Okay. You say that I don't know what's going on, and then you know what happens, Manny, is 6 months later you call up and say, I hate to say it, Mike, but you were right about everything. You know, I mean, this is what happened this fucking summer. You took a call up and you're like, oh, this is so scary and all these horrible things. And I say, no, man, this is, and you say, oh, but these people are bad. I'm like, no, this is Americans. This is what America's about. And this is what they want. It's a virus. And then fucking 6 months later, you're like, you're right about all this stuff, man. You know, so so you can go ahead and say, well, you don't know what you're talking about or whatever. But you know what? I already heard that from you, Manny. So you know.
Oh, well. But anyways, I'm trying to explain something very complex. But, prepare for here hyperinflation or hyperinflation. Whatever happens first, it's up to the rich people, to the whales. We call it the billionaire whales who hold all the cash on their hands. If they start releasing the cash into the markets, it's going to flood liquidity and it's going to cause hyperinflation. If they keep holding money, the Bill Gates, the Elon Musk, the Warren Buffett, the Jeff Bezos, if they keep holding money, we're going to have a hyperdeflation because that's not going to be a lot of cash available.
Okay, I hear the words coming out of your mouth, Manny. Okay, I hear what you're saying. Maybe you don't think you keep repeating yourself. I think that's the third or the fourth time you said the exact same thing. Okay, but I've been telling you for months and months and months and months. Not you in particular, but other people who call and say things similar to what you're saying, that, you know what, I've been hearing this forever and it doesn't seem to happen. And it seems to be this threat, and it seems to be this thing that people hang over their head and they live in constant fear of. And I'm not here to like continue to spread this thing to be afraid of. The boogeyman is coming. The boogeyman is coming. Okay? Terrorist, 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 terrorist. I want you people to see through that shit. Okay? And this is just another one of those things. I'm not saying that it's not possible to have what you're talking about. I'm just saying that they've been threatening us with it forever, and I haven't seen it happen yet.
Well, I don't know, man, but I recommend you watching that documentary. You're interested. Cygnus. Hold on, let me look it up on Google. Cygnus documentary. I'm on my phone right now. Oh, Zeitgeist. Zeitgeist.
Zeitgeist.
Zeitgeist.
Yeah.
The movie.
Yes, I've watched that before. It's a very well-known piece.
Yeah, it explains how money is created and how money works. It's very interesting, though. And I thought it was a conspiracy theory until I took my class in my banking class, one of those 400-level courses in college about banking, how banking works, and like, hey, it's very accurate.
All right. Well, it's good to hear from you, Manny. I'm glad you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm just over here watching your YouTube videos and reading. I'm in Fortune. I try to promote you in Fortune, but these people keep erasing the trade. So I think they're not interested in your show, the guys of Fortune.
That's cool.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Hey, thanks for calling, Manny. It's good to hear from you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Stay cool. We'll get through it. Again, and that is my recommendation to everyone. You know, is stay cool and we'll get through it. And to hear my words, okay? This thing about, you know, the economy's going to collapse and the dollar's fucked and all this shit. Those of you that have been there and have been a little bit aware, understand we have been hearing this since September 11th, 2001. It was an everyday thing. We're all going to be fucked. We're all going to be fucked. We're all going to be fucked. The terrorists, the terrorists, the terrorists. The economy's going to fucking crash. The dollar's going to be worthless. All I'm saying is if you stay cool, you know, we seem to get through it, whatever it is. And, you know, and I'm not here to spread fear. Believe it or not. All right, I am getting hungry, people. Let me see. I have a video about... Let me see. I have a video about... What do we got here? What do we got here? I got a video about shooting sharks. I'm telling you, man, I would be much more afraid of the guy shooting the machine gun if I was swimming in that water right there than I would be of the shark. Yeah, that's a real fucking machine gun that he's shooting. And they're like, and those fucking bullets bounce off that water, man. You might not understand, but they bounce right off that water. And he was like shooting him kind of the direction of people. I would be very, very nervous about that fucking gun, dude. Much more than the shark. But I'm not really afraid of nature. Like I said, you know, like I've told you guys, when I was like 9 years old, I fed a grizzly bear, not a grizzly bear, a brown bear or a black bear, a Fig Newton cookie. He ate out of my mouth between my lips. You know, like it kissed this brown bear. And, black bear. And, and ever since then, I haven't really ever been afraid of a whole lot of things. But I got my first gun when I was 9 years old too, so that might have something to do with it. I don't know. Shooting sharks. We're shooting sharks, people. Pew, 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 pew. Fucking scary. It seems to me. I mean, not the shark so much as the shooting part. I don't know. I'm just saying. So, let's see. Video about COVID-19 and sex trafficking. Let's do that, shall we?
Well, tonight, a sex trafficking sting has revealed a disturbing underbelly of crime in a South King County community.
Kent police say this month alone, they have arrested more than 24 people accused of luring and exploiting young victims. Q13's Frankie Thompson live in Kent with why the pandemic may actually be fueling these suspected crimes, Frankie.
Matt, Kent police say sex trafficking crimes are increasing, and they say part of that is because some people hunkering down in this pandemic become vulnerable and taken advantage of. Investigators here are aggressively working to combat these crimes and stopping traffickers, promoters, buyers, and seekers from entering their neighborhoods. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, as more people learn and work from home on the internet, predators are also logged on, trying to take advantage of the vulnerable.
It has offered an opportunity for the sex traffickers and the pimps and stuff to leverage that and really amp up their presence as well. It is a continuous business that just keeps overflowing.
In January alone, Kent Police Department has arrested 25 people in multiple sex trafficking operations. Many of the crimes exploit minors, from sexual abuse to attempted rape and prostitution. Assistant Chief Jared Kasner says it's an ongoing global problem that finds its way even in the most unassuming communities.
It's not surprising or uncommon to have people from outside the area and the region specifically come to this area to conduct that type of business, just because the internet really doesn't have any boundaries. And as they try to entice, recruit, and capture vulnerable people, they're willing to make that travel to get to them.
The Special Investigation Unit is paying close attention to trends on social media and other online tools that could be traps for child exploitation. Court documents from one of the 25 arrests say a man in his 60s was attempting to use online dating apps to have sex with minors. Investigators set up a fake account to bait the man for more messages and a phone number.
The messages are encrypted. They're using backsites. They're using all sorts of covert type engagement to profit from this, and so we also have to look at those avenues and strategize to combat those.
Part of their strategy is prevention through the help of community partners like Kent Youth and Family Services. Program Director Paul Tan says some of the work they do is education about the stigmas of sex trafficking.
It isn't just, someone from Central America being trafficked up here, from Asia being trafficked over. It's really about our own young adults, being identified as having other needs that aren't being met.
Tan says young people who are bullied or marginalized are more susceptible to these crimes. While his team finds new ways to raise awareness in the virtual world, he says community can help by uplifting the youth.
So we need as a community in this new 2021 world to say, let's come together, let's work with our strengths to be able to not let people fall through the cracks. Let's be kind individuals. Let's be good individuals. Let's think about our neighbor.
You can help make an impact by becoming familiar with the warning signs. This could be new items like clothes, jewelry, expensive gifts, new friends, a change of behavior, and disconnecting from familiar people and things. Coming up at 5.
The warning signs of sex trafficking. You should know. Expensive clothing. That's the #1 sign. Expensive clothing. New friends. Always look out for those new friends. And we played a video about that last night. It was really strange. It's kind of strange the way the news is just everything is fear. I think a lot of sex trafficking that they're talking about is girls doing webcams and stuff like that. sex trade. They're talking sex trade. So girls going out on webcams and making money that way. If there's no other way to make money, you know, how can you blame a girl for, you know, trying to make a little money? She's not like, you know, on the street giving head. She's, you know, flashing or whatever on the camera, on the online, on the interwebs, for a little bit of money, for a little bit of whatever, in exchange. Outrageous, I tell you. We can't have that. I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, it's not there's that Boo Bear. What are you doing, buddy? Well, I heard you bark and you were so loud. You were so loud with it going, roof, roof, roof. What was that about, huh?
You could hear it in here?
Yeah, he was so loud. Oh, my God.
Ferocious guard dog.
He is.
He knows that air compressor.
Yeah, when the air compressor going, he's a ferocious guard dog. Craig blows out the computers with the air compressor, and Rufus just goes crazy for that compressed air. He's like, rah, 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 rah. I don't think you guys could hear him. It was going while the video was going on, but it was loud. That boy is loud, which is a good thing. It's a good thing, huh, buddy? Okay, so I have more videos. I came prepared. You know, it's a Friday night. This is what we do. I'm not just coming out here and going, I don't know. You know, I am trying my best to interact.
Mox News, your source of news media that matters.
What was that? What do you got in your hand?
Oh, they're just things for my computer. They're covers.
Oh.
I gotta go to Portland, Oregon tomorrow. Taking a road trip to Portland. Anybody want to come hang out? We'll go to the Occupy movement
It's not
together.
true. He's not letting anybody come to hang out at all.
No, I'll drive through. I'll get some drive footage. I'll take the drive cam and we'll drive around downtown. I'll go flip off the Federal Building for you. Fox News, baby! You want me to take a stack of stickers and like throw them out the window for
me and the dogs offered to go with him.
If you guys want to go, but I'm going to be down there for 3 hours where there's dead
And
zone.
Sam too. And he's like, no, I'd rather just go.
If you guys want to go, while I'm working, there's
you go
3
ahead.
hours
You go
of
ahead.
downtime.
You pick up whoever along the road and take them. That's fine.
I'll go to the casino on the way home.
So, let's see.
One of those girls that needs to work for money.
Yeah, well, you know, we all got to do what we got to do. All right, so I'm getting hungry, you guys. I would love to talk with you. I'm open. I'm not trying to get.
For the phone, even though I'm not in front of it.
Yeah, I'm not. Even though I'm not trying to focus this on politics or whatever, I'm trying to give options to other people who don't want to talk politics. It's like this thing I was saying about watching dramatic movies, you know, or you know, tear jerkers, hospital movies, hospital TV shows, cop TV shows, you know.
Whoever's calling, hold on, I'll get you. Call.
Craig's coming.
Holy shit.
Let's see. Careful. So, well, I lost my train of thought. But, anyways. It sounds like we got a phone caller. We'll go from there. Hello, caller.
Michael, this is Steve motherfucking McClanahan reporting to you live from Washington, D.C. I am now a correspondent from the Linux Clinic, and I just want to give a shout-out to the Linux Clinic currently, Michael, and we're here. We're in Washington, D.C., doing a live report, and I got some breaking news, Michael. I have some seriously legit breaking news. Michael, are you there? Michael. Okay. So, Chuck Schumer. Do you know Chuck Schumer? Do you know Chuck?
I do not.
Do you know Chuck Norris?
No.
Well, this is not Chuck Norris. This is Chuck fucking Schumer. He's over there. He's in the House. He's in the Senate. And he's telling everybody that we're going to impeach Donald Trump for having a huge erection. I don't know if it's Donald Trump having a huge erection or if it's actually Chuck Schumer is getting an erection. But I tell you what,
I think it was. I think he was talking about Nancy Pelosi. Go ahead.
It's not an insurrection. He clearly said it's an erection. It's breaking news. There is an erection going on in Congress with the House and the representatives. Everybody's got a big heart-on, apparently, for Donald J. Trump. A lot of dudes. What is going on here?
Well, you know what I see happening is that they keep talking about how Donald Trump wanted to or tried to disenfranchise millions of voters by not letting their votes count in places like Georgia and Pennsylvania and Arizona. And what I see happening is them doing exactly that same thing, disenfranchising tens of millions of voters who in 2024 would like to vote for Donald Trump, but they're telling those people, no, you can't choose who you want to vote for in 2024. And I think it's quite disgusting of politicians to act as if that's who they are, while they're calling the kettle black, again, saying that he is the one who is disenfranchising the voters. I think that's just disgusting.
Okay. But what I'm saying over here is Chuck Schumer, he's over here talking about a bunch of erections and shit in the fucking goddamn...
Well, you seem a little obsessed with erections, you know.
In the fucking Capitol building. He's in the Capitol building talking about erections. I feel like...
I mean, and that's all you can think about now. That's all you can think about is erections. Is that right?
I'm thinking about is erections. I'm taking advice. Breaking news, I'm also taking advice from Drunk Pete. I'm looking into these dudes, this new band called the Viagra Boys. I swear to fucking God, I feel like that sounds legit. And maybe Chuck Schumer.
You know they have erections.
You
know those guys have erections.
Yeah, if you're living it up, you better. And you're fucking listening to the Viagra Boys, oh, you tell them, girl, you better. You better be living it. You're fucking.
If you go by the name the Viagra Boys, if you live by the name the Viagra Boys, you better have a heart on.
I swear to God, I swear to fucking God. Hold on, my secretary wants to talk to you. Oh, get on the line, lady. You fucking tell them about this Viagra. I mean, I swear to God, you have to keep up with your daily routine and fucking be able to lay down to your secretary. You're going to need Viagra, okay? Just saying. Viagra Boys, Drunk Pete, he's not joking. Fucking son of a bitch. We're doing a shout-out to Drunk Pete. And then we're also fucking just saying, you know, is it an insurrection or is it just an erection, Michael? Because Chuck Schumer, I swear to God, he's over there in Washington fucking D.C. You would think if you were elected by the people, you've been there for fucking goddamn centuries, you'd be able to get your fucking words straight. But no, apparently he's got a hard-on for fucking Donald Trump. Clearly, ladies and gentlemen, I hope somebody fucking walks over to fucking Chuck Schumer and punches him in his goddamn
Don't punch Chuck Schumer. That will not turn out well for you. He's calling people terrorists and wanting them on the no-fly list for not punching anybody.
Don't get your Viagra from China.
I love America and fuck Chuck Schumer. He's got an erection for motherfucking Donald Trump.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Michael, I gotta drink some beer and fucking fly an American flag and fucking take a shit on Chuck Schumer.
Steve.
Fucking.
Hey, Steve. Steve.
What?
Don't get your Viagra from China. They'll mess with your 2024 erection.
All right, good. Hey, thank you. Yeah, good point. I'm gonna fucking get it legit. I'm gonna do some super beta prostate for my goddamn buddy Playground of Sound out there. That's my bro. And fuck all you and fucking Playground of Sound, I swear to God, that's my bro out there. He's a POS and shit. And literally, people, you need to fucking stop being such a beta. You fucking get your Viagra today. Viagra boys.
No, don't get Viagra. But whatever.
Get it. Just get it.
Don't get don't.
I recommend snorting it, crushing it all up, snort it.
No, don't get the Viagra. Don't get the Viagra. You don't need it. You don't need Viagra. You just need the right woman. That's all.
Yeah, I swear to God, if you meet the white woman, or the right or the white, you're fucking racist. You need to go out there and you need to find some black women to fucking bang.
Right women.
Do. That's what.
Well, you don't need to each their own, okay? To each their own, okay? To each their own.
Well, you're racist unless you're fucking black women. I'm just saying.
I don't think that's true. I have nothing against. I just, I don't think that's true.
You're not gonna fuck black women.
No, I've already done that. Yes.
You've done that. You've already done it. You're not gonna do it again.
No, I didn't say that. I said I don't think that you're racist if you're not doing that. That's what I said.
Breaking news. I got breaking news. Kanye West way is gay as fuck. I swear to God, he banged a fucking dude.
Whatever.
Literally,
who cares? What difference does it make? Who gives a fuck?
You know what? If you're a hard-ass gangster out there, you can't be banging dudes.
All the gangsters are fucking gay, dude. Have you ever been around a fucking gang? They're all fucking queer, dude.
All the fucking black people that are gangsters.
No, I didn't say all the black people. I said all the gangsters.
Well, I did.
No, you can't say all of anybody. That's ridiculous.
All the gangsters are fucking gay. All the
gangsters
let's go are.
50% of all the gay rappers out there are black. Is that the?
I have no idea.
I don't either. You should probably look into this shit.
You're the one.
All right, Secretary, shut the fuck up, bitch.
You need to get your facts right.
God damn, I'm going so fucking. I'm talking about rap music right now, and I'm going. I'm feeling like a G right. I'm feeling gangster, bitch. Shut your motherfucking ass up, woman, right now.
Now you're gonna get stabbed.
No, I'm getting. All right, I gotta go because I'm getting ready to get stabbed. I'm sorry.
Been there, done that. Steve McClanahan and his secretary. Let's see. I have more videos for you guys since nobody else is calling. The phone number is right there on the screen. It's easy to do. I know you all have phones. Let's see. But let's see. We have breaking news. No, let's see. Let's do this other. Oh, they want to test the vaccine on children now. Did you hear that? It's very exciting. If your children would like to participate, I believe this news clip explains how. If you'd like to have your children getting tested with the new COVID-19 vaccine, just let them know.
New tonight here on News Nation, more than 16 million Americans have now received at least one dose of the COVID vaccine since mid-December. None of them, though, children.
The FDA has not yet authorized the shots for anyone under the age of 16 years old, and now executives with both Pfizer and Moderna say they are beginning those trials for teenagers. According to the CDC, studies show the virus generally has less severe symptoms in children and adolescents, but some health officials say expanding the vaccine could be the key to reaching herd immunity and also getting students back into the classroom full time. News Nation correspondent Marky Martin is live for us in Dallas tonight with that story. Marky.
Good evening, Marnie. Yeah, we've known these adult trials have been taking place for quite some time, but it hasn't been until recent weeks that these COVID-19 vaccine trials have opened up for children. And now Moderna is asking and looking for thousands of willing participants to come forward and take part.
He's the child of a healthcare provider. He hears the stories and he understands the burden, and I think he's anxious to get past this as well.
For almost a year, 12-year-old Michael has watched his mom, Danielle Collins, crusade against COVID-19 from the front lines.
My mom's a healthcare worker. She's a paramedic, and she comes home and she's sometimes exhausted.
Collins has already received her first dose of the vaccine and scheduled to get the second next week.
Such a relief of a burden that I knew was heavy, but I didn't know how heavy until I received that vaccine and started to feel a little bit more confident that I'm going to make it through this all right.
And like mother, like son. So when Moderna announced it was looking for 3,000 willing participants to partake in a COVID-19 vaccine trial for 12 to 17-year-olds, Michael didn't hesitate.
I'm happy that, this is history.
On its website, Moderna lays out in great detail the trial description, eligibility criteria, and the states that are recruiting before enrolling your child. Benchmark Research is one of the companies in Texas recruiting adolescent patients. CEO Mark Lacey says these younger participants will help expand existing COVID studies.
Since they've already done basically the same trial with a different age group, then we have a lot of scientific data already lined up.
Kids will receive their doses 28 days apart and be monitored by researchers for a year after they complete the series. In December, Moderna's CEO saying in a written statement, "Our goal is to generate data in the spring of 2021 that will support the use of mRNA 1273 in adolescents in advance of the 2021 school year." Pediatricians across the country applauding both Pfizer and Moderna for opening up their trials to children, saying doctors need those results in order to confidently advise parents and treat patients in the future.
So I think it's critical that children are included in the vaccine trials so that way we can test it in a diverse group of children and monitor their immune response and make sure that the vaccine is safe and effective.
Now, 12-year-old Michael, who you just heard from in that piece, gets his first dose next week. And keep in mind, these are just the first few days here. Pfizer already announcing it plans to open up its trial for those who are 5 to 11 years old early this summer. And coming up tonight at 9 o'clock Central, I talked to an Oklahoma mom this afternoon. She is taking both of her young boys first thing tomorrow morning to Oklahoma City to get their first dose, or what is possibly a placebo. We'll tell you what she's excited for, what she's nervous about. And kids, if there's any of you watching, there could also be a payday involved. So stick around for that. For now, reporting live in Dallas, Marky Martin, News Nation.
Let's see. Okay, so I know that you guys really want to get your children get vaccinated with the COVID-19 vaccination, and I know that you would probably really want to get them into these tests, the COVID-19 test, the Pfizer test on teens and preteens, so I figured I should play that information for you so that you knew how to go about registering your children so that they can take part in the trials going on for the vaccine. I know how much that would mean to you and mean to them, so I wanted to make sure and share that information with you. Who does that to their kids? I mean, am I just weird? I don't have kids, so I don't really understand it. But who the fuck puts their kids into a vaccine trial, especially for something like this that we've never seen before and we don't know anything about? And I mean, what the fuck, right? Very strange. I apologize about all the needles being pushed into arms in that video. I know that triggers a lot of people, and I hate that. I hate looking at it. If I keep saying, if I have to see another fucking needle going into another fucking arm, I'm gonna fucking vomit till I die. So sorry about that. But again, I figured that all of you responsible individuals, being who you are, that you'd want to know how to enroll your children right away into vaccine trials. Wow. Right? Oh well. Okay, so I have another video. Let's see. I have another video, and that's about it. I have I have another video. No one's calling. No one's calling. Their number is right there on the screen. You don't have to call. That's fine. I can just play videos, and then I go get something to eat. I like eating. I like food.
Sometimes life can be a little overwhelming. Sometimes the weight of the world can be too much to bear. Sometimes you need to stop worrying and take a deep breath. Sometimes you need cannabis. Introducing Brightside, high-quality cannabis delivered right to your door. Brightside offers an extensive menu of strains and products to meet your needs. Choose the experience you want, and we'll send you the dankest herb, the real sticky icky, some top-shelf marijuana. If you like what we send you, keep the whole jar. We'll even include some nugs for you to blaze. As part of Discovery, you'll get to try new strains and products. Side effects may include euphoria, increased appetite, uncontrollable giggles, elevated sensitivity to musical dopeness, and reduced anxiety. Tetrahydrocannabinol may also induce feelings of existential well-being and relentless optimism. With a Brightside subscription, you can get it once a month, once a week, or whenever you want, all at a price you'll like. And yes, this is a real company.
Do you know who I am?
You're the wizard.
Ask your doctor if cannabis is right for you. It probably is. Keep it Brightside.
So I was thinking about it, right? I was saying, who does that? You know, I was looking at what you guys were responding and saying. I was thinking, who does that to their children, right? And I thought, while I was watching the video and looking at you guys' comments, I was thinking, oh, so the people, the parents that would stick their children into a vaccine trial like that, that would be like the most massive virtue signaling of all time. Look how fucking virtuous we are. We're willing to sacrifice our children for you. We did it for you, for the community, right? Because, I mean, that's what they're looking for. They're looking to see if there's going to be adverse reactions. You're putting your child up to see if they respond adversely, to see if it happens. You know, I mean, I guess that would be who would do that. What's that?
Little lab rats.
Yeah, so, right, rablets, to say the least. Okay, so I have more video. I have another video. I'm playing another video for you. And then I'm going to go get a food because I'm getting hungry. Unless, of course, we have a caller that would like to talk. But since we don't right now, I'm going to go ahead and play a video. Be right back.
Virus. We begin with breaking news tonight as health experts in Western Washington and around the globe sound the alarm about the potentially deadly impact of the quickly mutating coronavirus. Thanks for joining us for the news at 4. I'm Jamie Tompkins.
And I'm Matt Lorch. It is a story developing on multiple fronts, including a dire warning from King County's top health official about a potential pandemic disaster headed this way. At a news conference today, Dr. Jeffrey Duchin addressed the different variants of the virus being discovered in places like the UK, South Africa, and now in the U.S. The doctor warned the highly contagious and possibly more deadly UK strain, which has popped up in 21 states, will likely arrive in Washington soon. And he put the potential emergency in terms everyone in this state can understand.
And we need to expect the coronavirus equivalent of a Mount St. Helens-like eruption at some time in the next few months. That's because a more transmissible strain can cause a viral eruption in infections, hospitalizations, and deaths that can overwhelm our hospitals. This virus has been working out. It's gotten faster and more fit, and we need to fight smarter and harder to beat it.
The idea of a viral eruption, unnerving. Dr. Duchin says the one advantage we all have is the early warning to help us prepare. This news comes on the same day that the UK's chief scientist announced there is some evidence that the UK variant could be more lethal than the original strain. But he stressed more research is needed. He says British officials are increasingly confident that vaccines currently being used will be effective against the UK strain, but adds scientists are concerned that variants identified in Brazil and South Africa could be more resistant to vaccines.
Tonight, Governor Inslee received his first doses of the COVID vaccine.
Okay, you're done, sir.
Well, that was the quickest I've ever had. Good health care.
Take care.
The governor and First Lady Trudy Inslee rolled up their sleeves in Olympia today. They both received the Moderna vaccine. Meantime, the governor is crunching the numbers on our state's coronavirus recovery. Tonight, he announced all regions of the state will remain in phase 1 for at least a week, meaning all indoor dining at bars and restaurants remains banned. The University of Washington's Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation is projecting more than 150,000 more COVID deaths across the country by spring. In total, the IHME estimates the country will have more than 566,000 deaths from the virus by May 1st, which is more people than the populations of Tacoma, Kent, and Bellevue combined. Even with a rapid vaccine rollout, the Institute projects at least 535,000 deaths by that mark. Currently, the U.S. leads the world with nearly 412,000 deaths. Right now in Washington state, there are nearly 296,000 confirmed cases of COVID. More than 6.8% of people tested in Washington are showing up as positive, and the number of people who have died now over 4,000, Matt.
And Jamie, health workers around this country are now facing a familiar fear. Not enough resources. This time, though, it's over their vaccine supplies.
The Biden administration rolling out a new strategy to stop the spread that includes ramping up production of protective equipment.
That gives us a much better chance of getting something approaching real-time supply and real-time need.
The president also setting a goal of giving out 100 million COVID vaccine shots in 100 days. The U.S. is now averaging roughly 900,000 per day. States are trying to increase that number, but some officials say there are fewer doses than they expected.
Our only limitation as we stand here today is supply from the federal government.
Pfizer says it has doses in reserve, but states, including South Carolina and Illinois, have not ordered all of the vaccine available to them. So there are also delays on the manufacturing side as well, as Pfizer and Moderna work to produce vaccines with ultra-cold storage requirements.
And some more progress, at least. Drug maker Johnson & Johnson says it expects to have its phase 3 clinical trial data on its single-dose vaccine in just a matter of days.
Okay, so potentially more deadly, right? Potentially, we've talked about this when they say this could happen or may happen, potentially more deadly, right? Again, these are the kind of things that should be very accurate. We shouldn't be talking about potentially more deadly. It's not like the fear isn't already ratcheted up to level 11. You know, it's like now this potentially more deadly, faster spreading. If you don't get your fucking vaccine tomorrow, you're a fool. What I'm hearing is vaccines are having to be thrown away because people aren't getting them and they only have a 7-day shelf life. So that's what I'm hearing, so you know. So they're desperate. That's why they're ratcheting up the fear. But again, what I'm telling you is they're only going to be able to do this for so much longer because Joe Biden's president now. We have to get the economy back up and running, and we have to get people back to work, and otherwise there won't be any way to look at his presidency as if it's some kind of a success unless we turn this thing around right away. So he does 100-day mask mandate. And then he can go, look, the COVID is going away. And it's all because all it took was a little bit of leadership to guide this country to the right direction, like with our mask mandate. And now, and then it won't be a story anymore. Because it's, what we've watched for the last year is it's been pretty much the only story all day, every day. And that's very unfortunate. We know whenever we see something like that it's mass fucking programming, mass propaganda. And there's just this, I'm telling you, if you just watch the movie V for Vendetta, you'll see the way the media is used to drive fear, And again, the movie V for Vendetta is about a government releasing a virus that kills a bunch of children, as we're starting to see now. Again, they're highlighting the children are dying, right? And again, why are they doing that? Because they got to get these vaccines together for whatever reason. I've never seen them so desperate. Every year it's like, oh, the flu, we got to get the flu vaccine, but it's not all day, every day. Got to get the flu vaccine. Now it's all day, every day. Think of the children. Why won't anyone think of the children? Right? Like with the drug war, which has turned out so well for us. The drug war, which has brought us a heroin epidemic. The drug war, which has brought us a meth epidemic. The drug war, which has brought us a prison epidemic. A gang epidemic. Right? You understand? None of these things would exist. These for-profit prisons, they wouldn't exist without the drug war. The gangs, they wouldn't exist without the drug war. All this other bullshit. The police state. It would be so easy to defund the police state by 50% without the fucking drug war. It's that simple, people, if you just think about it. Okay. No callers still. I don't know. You guys can see the number on the screen there, right? I mean, maybe if you're just watching it on your phone or something, you can't see it. So I'll read it for you. It's 805-669-6397. If you'd like to call, you don't have to call. I'm just saying, if you want to talk, it's right there. Otherwise, this is your last chance, people. Because I really do the show to talk to you. Not to talk at you, to talk with you. That's what the show is really about.
We're learning more tonight about a San Diego woman shot and killed Wednesday when, according to authorities, pro-Trump rioters breached the U.S. Capitol building. Capitol Police publicly identified Ashley Babbitt as the woman who was killed. And Babbitt's husband, Aaron, told our sister station his wife was a San Diego native and spent 14 years in the military between the Air Force and the D.C. National Guard. Babbitt said his wife went to Washington, D.C. to take part in Wednesday's protest where she met up with friends. He said he sent her a status check text message about 30 minutes before the shooting and never heard back.
She didn't have any weapons on her, and I don't know why she had to die in the people's house. That's our house. It's everybody's house. It doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican. I don't know why she had to die inside the house. I saw the pictures. I had to see the pictures of my wife dying on the news.
Well, the chief of the Metropolitan Police Department said in a news conference today the woman was shot by one Capitol Police officer with a service weapon after protesters breached the fencing.
She loved her country, and she was doing what she thought was right to support her country and joining up with people, like-minded people that also love their president and their country. And, she was voicing her opinion, and she got killed for it.
Babbitt was transported to a local hospital where she later died. The officer was placed on administrative leave in accordance with police policy. Police also say 3 others died during medical emergencies.
All right. So I'm so sorry to tell you that you didn't get $10,000, or you don't get to $10,000, and you don't get $10,000, and you don't get $10,000. I'm so sorry to tell you that. I wish I could be telling you the exact opposite. I wish I could be giving away everybody $10,000. That would be such good news. It would be so much fun. Right? Craig was just saying we could rent a fucking really nice RV and find a really hot driver and just deliver all the money in cash personally. You don't even got to claim it on your taxes, baby, if you don't want to. But we don't get that chance. I'm so sorry. Again, the losing numbers are 11, 13, 15, 45, 55, and 21. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was really looking forward to that. That would have been so much fun. Well. Next time we'll try again. There'll be a next time. Don't you worry. As long as you show up here, I'll show up too. I promise. That's the deal. If you show up, I show up. Okay? If I win, you win. That's the way. That's the way a community works. What I keep telling you, if you do something in your community that makes your community better, that's the community that you live in, so you get to live in a better community. See how it works? It's fucking brilliant, man. All right, I'm out of videos. I came here to chew bubble gum and play videos, and I'm all out of videos. And we ain't got no phone callers, so I'm going to go make a pizza. I like pizza. And I'd really appreciate it if somebody wanted to kick down for a pizza. There's the information right there in the chat, or you can look in the text body of the video, or you can go to moxnews.com. It's real easy. It should take less than 2 minutes to give something back. I like pizza. I really do. Thanks so much for tuning in. We do this every Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific time, which means we'll be back on Monday, as long as there's no big old event this weekend that we have to jump in and cover real quick. We'll be back on Monday, same Mox time, same Mox channel. So I hope we see you there. Until then, stay cool, because one of these days this war is gonna end.
No matter which mouth you feed on a two-headed snake, it still shits the same turd. But lucky for you, you have Mox News. More than 10 years. More than 60,000 videos. Mox News has been filtering the nonsense and illuminating the bullshit from your mainstream media. Turn off your TV and turn on to Mox News. For over a decade, documenting the socio-political events that have etched and carved the pathways that define today's modern mess, Mox News has been providing clarity while faithfully bringing you today's relevant stories 100% commercial-free and subscription-free. And just like Lady Liberty vows to remain free. But at this time, we're asking you for your help, your patronage, and your support to keep the lights on and the videos rolling. For less than 17 cents per day, you can become a basic subscriber, knowing that your donation is truly making a difference that will help continue bringing the news stories that make a difference in your life. Turn on, tune in, and drop a couple dimes today by clicking the link below or visiting moxnews.com and show your support at any level. From a single one-time donation or dedicated monthly subscriber, do it now in less than 2 minutes. All donations are safe, securely processed, and verified using PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover Card. As always, we're sure you'll find something of interest each and every day. This holiday season, give the gift of Mox. moxnews.com.